Alrighty, welcome everyone to session 20 of Tooth and Claw. Last session, we had some things happen. The party rolled some high lows, good, bad, me, use, and you went to a river. You discovered a cute little nymph named Sprinkles. Um, by befriending her and not murking her, as I kind of thought you might, you guys gained a very powerful companion. Sprinkles informed you that the mother of Ilianos Pathentha, one of the party's mortal enemies, enemies with a plural, uh, lived nearby. The party stalked to Morgan's house and learned a little bit more about Sprinkles. Uh, Sprinkles' mom's alias Brooke, with some powers of deduction and good religion rules, the party deduced that Sprinkles' mother is most likely the Lady of Justice, um, and that potentially Ilianos could possess the sword Excalibur. Um, as you guys got a little closer to Morgan's house, you ran into several traps, many of them insta kills. But with Sprinkle's help, you were able to navigate the traps, make it to Morgan's house, and have a conversation with Morgan about the whereabouts of her son, which largely she knows nothing about. But overall, Morgan's been very pleasant with you so far. That's where we pick up this session. As you guys are conversing with Morgan, she's essentially asked you, um, what do you want? What do you need? Um, what can she help you with? Yes, Brandon.
I would like to retcon just slightly what happened at the end of last session.
Mhm.
When I said that Calgus wasn't really talking to anybody in particular,
Mhm.
I will change that. He was talking to one person in particular.
Wait, what
Okay.
did you say? What do
He
you
was
mean you
just
were
kinda-
talking?
When I went outside and started just talking to myself, when he said I'm him,
Ah,
it's the same thing I messaged you about, Mason,
Oh, okay. Yep.
that we had talked about.
Yes, I believe I'm tracking.
That person.
I see. Alrighty. What would you guys like to do? Morgan has largely opened her house to you, said you guys can stay, said you guys can leave. She'll escort you out of the wood. More or less, she is just interested in helping in any way you guys on your journey.
Well, I'm outside contemplating life, so I'll,
we need to figure out how to get back to the Great Dungeon.
Oh, we have two very different objectives then. Okay.
Didn't we also want to try to talk to the queen and go to the summer court?
I suppose.
I mean,
I didn't like the look on Mason's face when we said that though.
If we go, okay,
Well,
we
we're
ha-
gonna do it eventually.
we have to remember, if we do go to the summer court, I can't guarantee our safety. Not because of me, but because of me. I won't do anything, but I have a pact with a devil. A very powerful devil. And the Fae and the Infernal don't really get along very well.
So what I will say is last session you guys would remember that Sprinkles mentioned there have been a lot of devils in the Fae realm recently.
Well, that's also true. That's right.
Also, fuck, you get along with me. Sorry,
Are you the queen?
I'm a fae.
Yeah, but not the queen of the Fae.
I
And
know.
you knew me before I was
Mm-hmm.
in a
That's
pact.
true. You can know somebody then hate them.
I mean,
That's
all the
true.
devil, that may be a connection to Ilianos.
That's also true.
As you guys are talking, you hear a brief as a stopwatch clicks, and you see a very familiar face
buddy.
partially kind of like peek out of looks like a temporal hole, and he just goes, "Sorry, we'll be leaving for a bit."
Who?
You just watch him, D'Artagnan, the knight of the round with the stopwatch that stops time.
Oh,
You
I
see
forgot
him
about him.
Grab Curran by the armor, yank him through a portal, and you just hear as they disappear.
Oh my god, that's
see.
actually hilarious.
I see.
I love that.
I understand now.
Bravo,
Wait, isn't
Mason.
he-
Bravo.
As
I rolled
Oh, wait,
As-
never mind.
as you guys, as that is happening, you see a small letter float down onto the floor and land.
I'm not there.
I'll read it.
Um,
I'm worried about this one.
Chelsea, what languages do you have?
Oh, if you need me to
It's a
roll
good
something,
question.
I want to see if I can read it.
Well,
if she can.
common,
Mhm.
elvish, and undercommon.
Roll me an intelligence check, DC 20. As this
Also-
is,
By the way, when I rolled on my d20s, I rolled 3 nat 20s when I was testing them, just so you know.
What language is it, Mason?
you're not sure. Is it a nat 20? Okay. I'm pretty sure Chelsea buys weighted dice. Could be
Correct.
wrong.
Every die is weighted if it has glitter
Hey.
in it. It's not perfect.
That's true.
Hey, this did not have glitter. It was my mini dice.
Oh, well, how can I be mad at the mini dice? So Chelsea, this is common, but it's a script of common that Vina's never seen before, but kind of using your big brain as far as you decode messages for a living.
Kind of like
Ano-
Old English. Like when you read
Yeah.
Old English, it's like you get it, but like you don't get it.
Exactly. With that nat 20, I'll just tell you, it's French. So it's a type of common, but it is literally French.
I tear it into
Fucking
pieces. I'm kidding. That's a
French.
joke.
white piece of paper. by
Is it
chance?
a white piece of paper?
Uh-huh.
Oh, perfect. So you can surrender immediately if you need to.
Multi-purpose, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. French are thinking ahead. Good for them.
Think about chopping heads.
Anyway, what does it say?
It says,
I surrender.
sorry to grab and run, but there's a big problem with the round. You guys might be summoned shortly. No promises.
Huh?
So we don't get a
Oh.
choice. We just get like
No.
we could be in the middle of something, and
Um,
this man just pops out of an ethereal hole and just yoinks us.
And then it's XOXO D'Artagnan.
I love that.
Hugs and kisses.
Of course, it's written in French.
XOXO Gossip
Yeah, that
Girl.
checks out. Yeah, that
Yeah.
checks out.
Go piss girl.
Let me do the math real quick. Yeah, no, it's good. It checks out.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Hair
Let
in
me,
your face.
yeah, do
Let me do the math real quick.
Yeah, do the math real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
As that letter floats to the ground, everybody who's inside the hut, Morgana will look at you and be like, do you know him, or I can shunt him out of the portal and send him into nothingness?
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
He's good.
I assume because he took Curran that it was okay, but just making sure.
That'll probably be normal.
Ah, I see. Well, as I said, you're welcome to stay here. Truly, I'm not sure what I can help you with. I can point you to the summer court easily enough. Additionally, I can probably concoct a way to get you back to the Great Dungeon you said? Do you know which one?
I have it on a map.
You have it on
I'm
the
not
map?
I'm not in there though, so I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Okay.
Calgus is
That's
still
alright.
outside.
All I know is there was a shoot. What was it? The Guardian. What was the?
Alex.
Thank you. He was at the entrance.
She'll kind of shrug and be like, the name doesn't mean anything to me, but I can certainly scry and figure it out. That's not the end of the world. Bless you.
Do I
again.
know that
Thank you.
Calgus has a map?
Yeah, you would know.
Okay, yeah, I'll say that too.
Well, I have it
Sure.
marked on our map.
Mm.
Like where it was, where the entrance was.
She'll shrug and be like, really, it's up to you.
We may utilize that later. I think there's a couple more things you want to take care of in the Fey realm first
Of course.
before we head back.
Like murdering your son. Sorry. I'm not there.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, you guys did discuss some of the things Ilianos was doing with her.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, just
So.
to straight up tell her that we plan
Oh,
to
she
murder her
knows
son.
though.
Yeah. No, she
I know,
knows.
but to say
That-
that in front of
She
her is like a
knows.
little insensitive.
No.
You know, like I
No.
feel like we need to have at least some sensitivity for this woman who is like welcoming us into her home and being kind to us.
It can also turn into like a wild magic nuke. You know, that might be.
Yeah.
She birthed Hitler. I don't know, like,
if
what.
we upset her, we could die.
We could die at any time. That's the
Okay.
nature of our work.
Okay, glass
Um,
half empty, pessimistic bitch.
So do we want to check out
Oh, that glass is empty. It's not even half.
Do we want to have our new friend lead us to where there have been
Tomorrow.
a lot of infernal? Is it like nighttime?
It's close
Is
enough.
it- is it
evening.
night?
It's close enough to evening that you guys could rest.
Okay,
Yes.
I suppose we maybe do that first then.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's a good
Yes.
idea.
You guys gain the benefits of a long rest.
Sick.
I will say
Additionally,
I'll say on record, I rolled a 3 for my
Mhm.
D4.
additionally,
everyone's fine.
everybody take.
Are you about to say damage?
6 temporary hit
Okay.
points.
Yay.
Oh, okay.
Just when you said like everyone take,
Take.
I
yeah.
think.
Everyone
Everyone-
gets 6 temporary.
Everyone takes 6d12 of damage.
Bitch.
As
60
you get-
12 isn't a number.
As Morgan lays out bedding for everybody, just simple kind of like moss beds with linens on top. But in the morning, you guys wake up and there's a breakfast stew and some bread, and not fancy by any means, but for the first time in a long time, you guys don't have to worry about your rations or anything like that, as you just get a hearty home cooked meal.
I wish breakfast stews were more popular. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
Mm.
continue. That's cereal, I guess, but you know. That's
Meal.
That's more porridge.
I mean, it technically is.
Okay, it's more of a stew than
Um,
cereal, I feel.
No.
Everyone's a soup salad sandwich. Yeah, what's
Do you,
up?
do, you, do you still have your red right hand, or do you have the gun?
It's the hand still, technically. Do
give me
now?
give me a sleight of hand check.
Ooh, I'm actually pretty decent at these. 16.
16. Okay. As you're kind of like Morgan's like dishing out some food for you, she kind of like clocks your hand for a quick second, and you just casually slide it under the bowl and keep walking. But
Can I-
you know she clocked your hand.
She knows,
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
I know that she knows. Does
she's
she know
aware.
that I know?
You're not sure how much she knows, but you're aware she knows something is up.
Does she know that I know that she knows?
Shut up.
Give me a deception check.
Because that's actually very important.
Fair.
Deception?
Mhm.
Don't
Oh,
worry, I
you're
got
so
this.
good at this.
I'm great at this. 16. 18 minus 2.
She knows that you know that she knows.
I feel like with my insight, like I'm sitting there eating my breakfast stew and just like,
Yeah.
like looking back.
One of my
Fucking-
investigation
Yeah.
sign on my insight.
Like I don't know what's going on, but I just like.
Morgan's been incredibly straightforward with all of you. It seems like she is just as blunt as Calgus. She probably has more social graces, but
Yeah.
not necessarily like translating to like overly charismatic. It's just
Mhm.
she's a little more conscious.
Gotcha.
Sick.
Calgus, as you start to walk away, bull pivoting, you hear just under her breath, to carry a marker like that is not easy.
Oh, what does that mean? That's ominous as fuck. Oh, okay, I'm gonna
and she-
write that down.
You did this
And-
to yourself.
And she'll
I
let you walk
know.
away.
Okay. When she says marker, does she mean like I'm a fucking beacon? Like I'm so I'm marked as in like
Do you want to ask?
Mhm.
kinda, yeah. I'm gonna ask.
All right, you spin around.
What do you mean a marker?
the red right hand?
Yes, I'm aware what it does. Not exactly aware
Like,
fully
isn't
what
it
it
marks other
is.
people?
She'll kind of look you dead in the eye, Calgus, and be like, if you don't know what that is, the red right hand bestows incredible power onto its wielder. Takes many forms, has over the years, but ultimately it is a curse.
That part I am aware about.
For those you murder, the same will be visited onto you. Death begets death, young kobold.
You see, I think that's a price I already paid forward, but
She'll kind of shake her head. The elder races will know exactly what that is. It's a mark of a murderer, or at least it would be. I don't know what you did to earn that, but you seem like a decent person. So, maybe reconsider.
well, it's already been used. So, no going back now, maybe.
Would you at least like to know its name?
Yes, that would be a great help.
Pull it out.
I'll flex my hand and whip it out. Yeah. I will flex my hand and it will pop into my hand.
She'll kind of look at it for a second. The kind of glowing infernal runes on a ebony black frame of a revolver. And suddenly you see these runes flare with bright alchemical and magical light as they flare for a moment. And you just see Morgan's hand kind of extend and contract and be like, Sunderer. An interesting name.
Right. Sick. Wonderful. Great. Well, I'm gonna go have my second existential crisis at the last 12 hours. That is in character, by the way.
She looks a little sad as you do that.
All right. Well, that's great. I will put it back in, I guess. Don't laugh at that.
As you start walking away, Brandon, you hear her just behind you call as you walk out to have your next existential crisis.
Yep.
When you take a shot with one of those bullets, pray it doesn't misfire.
That's good stuff. I'm assuming that when it misfires, it just splits me in part. Do I know the misfire score? Is it 1?
You do not actually.
Oh,
I feel
God.
like it's not one.
I'm feeling it's a pretty high number.
Calgus, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
He's good at those.
Yeah, 21.
21. With the 21, Calgus would know every time you take a shot with a marked bullet, your misfire score increases significantly. So
I've already shot twice.
Yep. So, kind of by judging it, you're probably thinking your misfire on your next marked bullet is 10.
Okay. I'm assuming the last one, it goes up by 5.
Seems reasonable.
Okay, cool.
Oh, shit, man.
That shakes up my plan then a little bit, but okay.
You gotta take priority here now over who you're gonna shoot.
I had a different plan.
Huh?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
What if he... No, that's dumb, never mind.
Does anybody also want to talk to Morgan at all, as she's just said this cryptic ass shit, and Calgus once again goes outside to have an existential crisis.
Correct. I take my soup with me though.
Oh yeah, of course.
So she just mentioned like just solely the summer court, right? Like nothing in specific, just the summer court.
Yeah, she mentioned she could show you the summer court, but you could ask her about the other courts. Like,
Well, no, I was gonna ask her like specifically, like how to get to the queen. Summer court's one thing, but the queen.
you want to talk to Tatiana?
Yes.
She and I have not been friends in quite some time. I suppose step one is do not mention my name. Step two would be find where she's staying. She's been largely absent. The thing about an eternal court is once you have your bricks down, what do you really have to do? Like, you can rebel, you can cause mischief, but eventually most Archfey and most deities will just relax and wish not to be bothered except by those they wish to be bothered by, so to speak. Tatiana and I had a falling out over a game of cards, and she hasn't talked to me since.
Were they betting?
Was there any importance in this game of cards? If you don't mind me asking.
Just gambling.
May I ask what was being gambled?
Just items, dear. Just magic items. Nothing too, well, she was quite sore.
Insight check.
Absolutely, insight check.
Not there, but inside.
Calgus, I'll say you can hear it on your way out. Anybody who wants the insight check, give it.
That's a 16.
I rolled a 7, so that's only a 12.
18.
All right.
How the fuck did you roll the highest?
Bud, did
I
you
have
want an
plus
insight
5
roll?
to insight.
Yes.
You're not even in the. You're outside, man.
I was walking outside, thank you, with my porridge.
Not
Having an existential crisis,
not good,
mind
bud.
you. I'm shocked that you're like even paying attention to this while you're having an existential crisis.
Nathan, what'd you say?
13.
13, okay. So, I think 18, 16, and 13 are my high numbers. So, 18. Something of significance was lost. As you guys have spent some time at Morgan's house, you've looked around the walls, especially in the forge, tucked in the back. There is a significant number of magical items just on the walls. Necklaces, rings, swords, shields, weapons you guys can't put names to. Just any number of items rating magical power and significance.
Did Tatiana lose her crown?
With an 18 and that, you can infer there's only one item that a Fey Queen would get super pissed about losing, and it's probably her crown.
It's her own damn fault for
You bet
betting that.
If you bet and you lose, take the L,
Morgan's a
man.
badass.
I love this woman.
With a
Same.
with a 16, Vina, you can probably gather that
No, it was Iris. I rolled a 12.
Iris? 12? Okay, well, sorry, Vina. Iris,
It's alright.
with a 16 is more fitting. You can probably gather that it was most likely an equivalent of like fairy poker. The rules are incredibly complicated. There's a bunch of pitfalls, a bunch of random hands, but essentially it's fairy poker. And Bud, you gather that Morgan is a degenerate gambler. She's very good, but you've seen people in bars and stuff like kind of like shoo their winnings aside, and she did that exact same thing.
Well, she's getting what she's the god of, justice, right? What is Morgan?
This is-
No.
No, Morgan is-
She's married to the god of She's married to the god of to a god of forge.
She
Ilianos
she
is
had a
justice.
child with the god
God of
of the
Forge.
forge.
Doesn't
Yeah.
mean she was married.
Oh, that's
Um,
true.
Yeah, she. So
Sometimes people fuck out of wedlock. Mika,
who is
does happen.
Not in my Christian game.
who's our little friend again? Oh, Sprinkle. It's Sprinkle's
Yeah.
mom was
Atheist.
Justice.
Imagine a Christian baby. Sorry.
But yes, Sprinkle's mom was the
Justice. Yep.
standing god of justice. Not
Yep.
anymore.
Sorry. As long as we're done with
Mhm.
that spiel.
Yes, Tatiana's crown is what was lost.
Okay. So this might be me just struggling to remember from last session, but do we know? Because I know she is serving out essentially a sentence. She was banished to the Fey realm, right?
So she was banished here. Whether she's serving a sentence or hiding is unclear.
Okay.
Because it seems like the traps are her make.
Got it. Did we find out what she was up to, or what was her whole deal before she came to the Fey realm?
Nope.
No?
She had a child with the god of the forge.
Uh-huh.
And that's about it.
I think I want to ask her about that, and then kind of once I know, or maybe don't know,
Mhm.
kind of what circle she was involved in, if there is anything that I could find out again about my family and the people my family. Does that make sense? So I
It
kind of
does.
want to see where she's at, and if there's any sort of information, because Vina's all about collecting as much information and
Sure.
potential blackmail, just as much knowledge as she can about people.
She'll kind of answer you vaguely in the way of somebody who it'd be the equivalent of asking a 40-year-old man what they did in high school. She'll kind of think for a moment, and she'll be like, well, I was a smith of some renowned. I also practiced the magical arts, specifically witchcraft. She'll tell you that she studied witchcraft from a black hag, and learned the ways of a little scrying and divination magic. She caught the eye of a god of blacksmithing.
Wait a minute.
She'll keep it
Can I
very-
pause?
Yep.
Divination magic. Can we rewind there?
Mhm.
Does she have any connection? Because I don't know where on what's the plane called that's not the Fey realm? What's
Material plane.
Thank you. We don't know where on the material plane she resided,
Correct.
but if it was anywhere around where we resided,
Mhm.
does she have any connection to I'm blanking on the name, but nymph and that group of
the court of Kenor,
yeah.
or the court of Menos, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem likely.
Okay.
She's talking, and she had openly admitted to being immortal. She's talking probably hundreds of years.
Gotcha.
So if she had any play in Kenor, probably long since passed. The people have
Okay.
long since died.
Okay.
Do you want to ask about changelings in particular?
Can I get some vibes first?
Sure.
My bad.
So a couple of things. She knows you're a changeling.
True. That's fair.
Mhm.
That's fair.
So there's nothing negative towards you right now. And as far as a vibe, it does seem like she just kind of wants to help you guys. She's not necessarily shooing you away because she's happy for the company, but she understands you guys have a quest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
A quest
I'll
to
go
murder
ahead,
her
but
son.
not in front of people. I am going
Sure.
to, if there are people around in earshot
Mhm.
that I can't say it quiet enough,
Mhm.
I'll message her instead.
Yeah, you go ahead and message her, and she just kind of looks at you and she goes, "Oh, Vina, can you come help me grab a sack of flour from the pantry?"
Oh, absolutely.
As she does, she casts silence,
Heck
but
yeah.
she evokes it so there's a center in the middle where you can talk, and she'll be like, "What do you need?"
Oh my god. Okay. Well, I have unfortunately recently become aware that I am the sole survivor in my family, as we have been hunted down.
I'm sorry to hear that, my dear.
I plan on avenging them, but I am just trying to gather as much information as I can to
I
gain
see.
any sort of advantage.
Do you know how your family was discovered?
I do not.
Um,
Right?
she'll
I don't know anything.
not particularly.
Okay.
She'll kind of pause, and then she'll go, "1 second." You watch her create a major illusion of the two of you walking into the pantry, and just suddenly there's dead space all around you. Everybody else watches Vina and Morgan walk into this pantry. As she's standing there, she'll flick a piece of rock at you. Um, Instinctively, would you catch it or not?
Um, Probably. I would think so.
As you catch it, you immediately feel your form shift and change back to a pure changeling.
Okay.
As you open your hand, there's a black rock with purple tendrils going in and out of it, kind of moving and shifting. And she'll just look at you for a second. Black amethyst. If it's anywhere near proximity to a changeling, immediately your powers are rendered useless.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare, but a large enough source of this could create a dead space 500, 600 feet. If a changeling was caught inside of it unknowingly, unless you were looking at yourself, you might not know that your powers had left you.
Hmm.
It's been used for a long time to catch shapeshifters. I can't tell you it's precisely what happened, but it seems likely. True sight is rare.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful mages might have it, but they don't always cast it because, by and large, they believe they can trust certain people. Just a thought.
I suppose.
I will say that comes from the Feywild,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be very hard to get a large amount of it. But if somebody were to make a deal with one of the courts, it is possible.
Hmm. Interesting.
Not an answer,
Huh.
but an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody watches Vina and Morgan step out of the pantry. Simultaneously, she'll dismiss the illusion, and Vina, you're able to pocket the piece of black amethyst. Morgan will hand you like a little cloth that's lead lined, and it
Perfect.
does not affect you.
Cool. Nice. All right, I'm gonna add that to my inventory so I don't forget.
Absolutely. And it seems
That's
like it'll work on most shapeshifters.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's actually dope. Could come in handy. I'm good then. If we wanted to, were we gonna check out the infernal shit?
I'm down.
I am totally down. More infernal shit for me to make deals. I mean, nothing.
Oh,
Everyone's
yeah.
shaking their head. Don't look at me like that.
When you say go check out the infernal shit, what are y'all talking about?
Summer court,
Oh, the summer court, yes.
and then talk about infernal things because we don't
No,
know
I
what
thought
the devils
it-
are.
No, but we have Sprinkle. Sprinkle has talked about how there's been a lot of devil. Can we ask Sprinkle if Sprinkle knows anything on where to find these devils?
Would Sprinkles know? Sprinkles. I'm not in there. I
Mm.
like you.
Yeah, what's up?
So you said there's been a lot of devils recently. Do you know where they've been hanging out or kind of what direction they've been headed in?
You'll kind of see Sprinkles like think for a second, and then she'll just point a direction. Morgan will kind of look and go north, the direction of the summer court. Yep.
Okay.
They stop by the water. Sometimes they drink. Other times they drown people. Kind of a shame, but
Oh.
Not fairies. Fairies are hard to drown. Not impossible, but take a while.
What kind of people?
that-
What did...
Well, a couple looked like you actually. White, very pretty.
Yikes.
They asked him a bunch of questions, and then they said they were gonna let him go. And then they drowned. I asked them if they wanted to be my friends, but they just went to sleep.
Oh, your
Are-
family's in the body pile.
I...
Oh no.
Because it hasn't been a super, super long time. Well, I guess Faye, it's different.
Mhm.
Did we happen to see... Was it all, like, skeletons in the cuddle pile?
Largely yes. It was
Okay.
all skeletons.
Um,
And Sprinkle will just kind of be like, "Yep, people turn into the white stuff pretty quick in the river. The river's called what's the word? Twigs? Yeah, River Twigs.
Interesting.
That's not.
Do you happen
thought
to
it's River
remember...
Styx.
Would you be able to recognize those people that looked like me? If I were to show you what they look like, that you would be able to tell me if it was them?
Probably, yeah.
I'm going to change form
Mhm.
to look like my mother first, because I know my...
Are you just like shifting into like your family one by one?
Yeah.
Sprinkles will kind of like look closely and be like, no, same skin, but no,
Hmm.
not any of those.
Okay.
What was your family's name?
I'm trying to decide if I want to reveal that or not. I'll maybe message it to Sprinkle. Also, what is my family's name? Did we ever decide on that?
We did not. We did not.
Okay.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
Now's
yes.
your time to decide.
While you think about it, Chelsea, I'm gonna have a DM question quick.
Yeah,
for sure.
perfect.
Did she say the River Twigs?
Yes, she said the river is
So
called the River
it's the
Twigs.
River
The river
Styx.
Styx.
Mm-hmm.
That seems
STYX.
Yeah, metagaming, that seems likely, yeah.
Yikes.
I was gonna make a really dumb joke about because would you call me? No.
I already messaged Nathan a stupid joke. I said
Good.
fairy poker. I barely know her.
Oh my fucking god, I hate you so much.
So do I. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum.
I will be right back as Chelsea decides.
Not allowed.
He's sick of us already.
It's
What do
so
I do
hard because with
next?
names, I have to have meaning to it. Like all of my characters, every name that I pick, there's like meaning.
The duality of D&D players. I go to random name generator and just hit the button until I'm like, I like that one, and that's it.
Me too.
The button go burr, and then I find one that I like. What? You got an issue?
No, I'm just,
know.
I mean, yeah.
Were you
You're-
talking to me or him?
Brandon.
Anybody?
He's real cute and I'm not gay. It's an issue.
It's true. Based. Be easier
Oh.
for both. I mean, sorry.
Got it.
You're literally both straight.
I know it's a problem.
Queer baiting, queer baiting. No.
Mason and I are proof that it's not a choice.
mean,
That's all I'm gonna say.
I date a homie.
I
Absolutely.
date a homie.
I hate you guys.
So to be
much.
clear, I
That's fair.
just messaged this to Sprinkle. I'm okay if Morgan hears it. I'm sure she
Mhm.
can. Like, I'm
Sure.
aware that that is probably going to happen. But Avem.
Avem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they mentioned them. Said real close with the Black Crown. Said really close. Had to strike out like something about what was it? Experiment them. So the bloodline can be pure. Yeah. Yeah, they mentioned that they might be hard to find all of them, and they mentioned something dead like Oberon. But yep,
Do we know an Oberon?
I was gonna say Oberon or the Black Crown. Did you say?
yeah. Roll me religion checks, or really, it's only Vina who gets to do it,
Yeah.
unless Vina wants to fill some of the party in.
Yeah, although I was just messaging my name. I'm fine
Gotcha.
with all the other conversation can be had out
Mhm.
loud, but I was just messaging my
Mika,
name.
go ahead and roll an intelligence check with advantage.
I will be back in the building too.
With
for the-
advantage, you say.
With advantage, yes.
Do we
And you
know
said-
an Oberon?
Ooh.
You said religion.
And then Nathan, give me a religion check with advantage.
How does 22 sound?
What about
22 sounds pretty good.
Countess?
No.
Fuck you.
Do I get anything? Do I
No.
get any checks to roll?
You can roll me a religion check for sure.
That's fine.
just
I'm good with those.
Are not going to get any bonuses.
No, that's fine. I just didn't know what I was rolling.
Fucking numlock.
Holy shit! Actually, that's super fucking good.
Holy shit.
I'm a wise man.
Religion? Is it wisdom? No, religion's intelligence.
Isn't religion? Is that what I was with? I thought it was wisdom.
No, it's int.
Oh.
I think it should
it's
be
a
wisdom.
study.
It should. Oh, true.
It's
Like,
more of the
yeah.
study of religion rather than the spirituality of religion.
I suppose.
That's
If it's
fair.
like a spiritual religion check, I would think it would make sense that it was wisdom, but because it's the study, like theology, is more so what
Like
it's getting
your-
at
like
with
your
religion.
knowledge on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Knowledge. I forget
least
you
that's
two don't
how
know
I-
that.
What?
The knowledge meme.
Oh wait, no. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know that.
Me and my Ferrari, my Lamborghini. It's a good meme.
So, okay, this got very interesting very quickly. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Did you not
Um,
think we would roll this well with advantage? Most of us.
I also didn't
is-
think that I was going to be learning
what I
about
was
my
saying.
family from Sprinkle, of all people.
Yeah, this is a turn of events.
In the
It wit-
Feywild.
She
Like,
witnessed the Mafia Mercure family. I don't
no,
know.
no, she did not recognize my family. I showed her
She just
all my
heard them
family.
talking about it.
Talking
Um,
about my family,
we're-
and
we're
she
gonna
saw
start with-
other changelings.
we're gonna start with Bud. Bud with a 24. She referred to the Black Crown, which you can kind of guess is Lord Aranos of Menos. However, these people came to a river and mercilessly murdered these people. There's a deity associated with fiends in the abyss, also referred to as the Black Hand. For some reason, you kind of get the vibe that this might be not necessarily double entendre, but it might be she's saying, or the people were saying that this person is either close to Lord Ranos or Bane.
Hmm?
Bane?
Hmm.
Backstory stuff right there.
Hmm. Are our backstories colliding, Nathan? Is that what's happening right now?
God of death.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now where's
Me-
Bual?
Bual.
Yeah.
Mika with, I believe you
Yes.
said 22, you said?
Yes.
With the 22. King Oberon is a very jealous man who does not allow other people to share his name. He is the lord and king of the Seelie, or the Unseelie court, rather. And
Whoa.
somebody just said he's dead.
And isn't Ilianos part of the Unseelie Court?
I thought that was
No.
No, Leonis is.
He's part of the Unseelie Court.
I don't know if he's part of the Unseelie Court now. Maybe he's the king of the Unseelie Court.
That's my concern.
Is that just
That
another
is
title that he's
absolute-
collected?
That is
Brandon, did you literally are you mortal enemies with the BBEG?
That's fine. I'm the hero, right? It's fine. I'm a hero. Definitely not a murderer.
Let's see.
okay.
Calgus mod 20.
Mod 20.
What you, as Sprinkles is telling this story, you see Morgan go back to her blacksmithing tools, and you see her start to put stuff away and, like, kind of reorganize. And you just have a pause. Morgan said her son is the son of a god of smithing.
Correct.
Morgan has all sorts of wondrous items on the walls.
Correct.
All sorts of alchemical ingredients in the shop. And you kind of pause as you realize Morgan is probably the god of smithing she's referring to.
Oh, her
It's like the whole
baby
thing,
father. Or did she kill him and take it?
the Black Widow bitch.
Did
Praying
she
mantis.
kill him and
Whoa.
take it?
Praying mantis.
And that's all the information you guys get for that little roll.
We eaten today. We eaten with lore. Holy fuck.
We've been eating with lore for the past couple of streams, man.
Oh,
This
and I
is
love it.
wild.
I love it.
Taking notes, right, Chelsea?
I
We
am
have
too
a
busy
literal bond.
producing a show.
We have a literal VOD.
That's true. We can go back and.
If anything, I can go back and take notes myself.
So, pretty much what I'm hearing is I was level 4 and I picked a fight with multiple gods within the same body.
Yeah. Sounds right.
See, he's got all the power of the gods. I got the power of murder, apparently, is what I found out.
Remember
So-
when we were actually like debating fighting him? Remember that?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we would have
Mason-
gotten what is
I thought
known
Mason was
as
typing.
absolutely clapped. Alright, well. Fuck.
Did I get anything with my 16 religion check?
Vina, it checks out that you're not very religious.
Yeah.
To be real.
Yeah.
I will say with the 16, you do notice a symbol. And it is a symbol that you've seen before. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check, DC 10, because you just saw it.
Oh boy. That's a 13.
A 13 beats the DC 10.
Mhm.
On Morgana's or Morgan's Forge, rather. She goes by both. There is a very plain circle with a sword cutting through the middle of it. It's a symbol you've seen before, not even 10 minutes ago, as a little portal hopping D'Artagnan turned away, and on the clasp of his cloak is the same symbol.
Is she a knight?
Well, it's the Knights of the Round. And we said she's Morgana. Was she okay? So she was part of the Knights of the Round. Then she had a child with God of Smithing, killed the God of Smithing, and now she also has 2 titles. What's with all these people hoarding titles, man?
I think we're just we might be
Collectives.
making up a little bit lore on our own that we might be wrong with.
That's always a possibility.
So
Can I
she
just
might be-
ask her?
You want to ask her if she killed her husband?
No. About the Knights of the Round.
Sure,
That's an innocent question.
absolutely.
Is it
Right?
innocent?
I mean, she's
As-
not hiding the symbol. It's right out and clear as day.
As you straight up ask her, you
Yeah.
know, about the Knights of the Round, you see she was kind of like,
Maybe I'll quick save first, and then I'll ask her about the Knights of the
Oh,
Round.
perfect.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
Quick
yeah,
save.
good idea,
Good
good
idea,
idea, in
yeah.
case we need to come back.
Right.
Good answer.
For a streamer who doesn't know, that's not how this works. But
It's not.
as you do that, for a brief moment, Vina, you watch as Morgan's hand, who, as she was kind of like putting some items away, Morgan's hand shoots and hovers over a sword next to her armor, and just kind of hovers there for a second.
And
And she goes, "Why would you ask that of all things?" Her voice clearly tense.
I
Okay,
saw
yes.
the symbol on your forge.
I see. And was that little portal hopping shit the Knight of the Round?
Inside check.
Absolutely.
Oh, cause
Is that
she'll
why
rip
she
him
got
out.
So weird about it.
Cause she'll rip him out of it.
That's gonna
That
be a
makes more sense.
19 insight check.
19. Morgan has done everything to seem unthreatening and, like, you know, as hospitable as possible. Her hand is literally hovering over a weapon. Her
Mhm.
voice, like, very homey and very kind, is tense and angry. And you can tell you've hit a nerve. You're not precisely sure the entire story, but you know she does not want the knights to know where she is. And she's just had a realization they know precisely where she is now.
I don't think she knows that Corin is a knight. Well. Well.
Can I load my quick save?
Unfortunately, the file has been corrupted.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't touched the
Yeah.
sword yet, but it's like right there. Like,
Because here's the thing, for the most part, like, Vina's neutral with the Knights of the Round. Ish. Yeah. She's all about self-preservation. I think with that insight, I will say...
Morgan will kind of turn to you, and as she turns, you watch the armor from the dummy just kind of tink, 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 tink.
Listen,
Sword starts floating in the air.
I am not connected to the Knights of the Round. I recognize the symbol.
Vina, I'm not
Is
threatening you, dear.
Okay.
To be very clear, I'm not angry. I'm just frustrated. It took a long time to build this place, and now you watch her kind of like motion, like a come here, and you watch a bag animate, and items start filling it, I have to leave. If they know where I am, they'll be able to portal in. I assume that little shit was D'Artagnan?
Good word to describe it.
He is a little shit.
He is.
Wait,
he's-
isn't
shit,
he,
isn't he?
isn't
he's-
D'Artagnan? Isn't he, okay? Sorry, this is the lore thing. Isn't he sleeping with
Mhm.
Tatiana?
Oh yeah, and Tatiana doesn't like him. Her or doesn't like her.
Hmm.
It's all coming together.
I'm glad I didn't mention that to her because I thought about it.
Look, I'm not angry at you, but he'll tell Tatiana, which will be a thing. But more importantly, Percival is not to be trusted.
Do we know which one Percival is?
Percival is the head knight of the round.
Ah, okay.
Great.
He's the one who's
That
been
is
giving Kurin all his missions.
I told you we should have kept the armor and given it to Artie.
As you guys kind of watch, you see more bags start animating and filling themselves with
Mhm.
various equipment and stuff. And she'll kind of sigh and she'll be like, I guess I can now walk you to the bridge to take you to the summer court while I find somewhere else to hide. It took me days to recreate this. Very annoying.
Hmm.
That's valid, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do this, but I
Mhm.
want to offer. Do you want to live in my bag?
She'll kind of look and be like, Pocket Dimension, cozy. No, thank you. With all due respect, Caligus, was it?
Yes.
I warned you as much as I can warn you. But my proficiency with weapons is such I can tell a weapon's properties by looking at it. I don't particularly want to live with somebody who is carrying those names.
Those names plural?
Correct.
She knows.
To
Oh,
kill
are you talking about the two in the chamber?
Yes.
To kill somebody close to my heart is one thing. And then in your mind you hear, to kill a friend is completely different.
Oh, in his.
Yeah.
Damn.
Caligus,
I-
she only trusts you as far as she can throw you, which, judging by her biceps,
Uh,
probably a little
Pretty
weight.
far. Pretty
Oh,
far. That's. I'm pretty light.
She is Muscle Smith mommy.
So
but,
can I message back?
Mhm.
That second one isn't necessarily of my own accord.
in your head once again, the red right hand of Cain is a deathly curse. No one murders something that they are not willing to murder.
Oh,
As much as you might deny it, that name is there because in your deepest thought, in your most unconscious mind, you've thought at some point that life would be easier without that person. Don't put it on the world, Calgus. That is a burden you carry.
Damn.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
Well, that's yeah, that's Fuck. I just want to say all those noises were like in his head, so they were transmitted.
You guys watch as Artie, or rather Calgus and Morgana just have a quick stare down. As she's packing up, she'll kind of like look at all of you and be like, "You have a pocket dimension, yes?
Yes.
We sure do.
How big?
It's like 40 by 40, right?
Bigger than that even. It's
Oh.
about 500
Quite
square
large.
feet by 500 square feet. Like, it's not small.
500 by 500. Okay.
Mhm.
That's pretty big. It's.
Is anyone in there currently?
I have nothing in here right now.
I see. If everyone will step outside.
I will step outside. Do we
Is
get
she
the
gonna shrink
house?
it down and then put it in there?
Do we get the house?
You guys all exit, and you just see her snap her fingers, and her cottage is gone. Um, as you guys, if you guys would like to, you can open the pocket dimension. Morgana's house has been transferred. It is completely empty. But as she
That's
is kind of
okay.
looking around, she'll be like, "Would you, Sprinkles? Are you going to be living with them for some time?"
Are you gonna give Sprinkles a little pond?
Is she a source of water?
Oh, Sprinkles is water.
She is
So
water.
really, as you
Drinking.
guys are kind of looking through the open door of the pocket dimension, you just see a moat get cut um, outside of your new cab or your new cottage, and a bridge get built over it. Um, and she'll just kind of look at all of you and be like, "I enchanted the water with some protections. It should make Sprinkles incredibly effective at protecting your home. Just as a little farewell."
This is fucking
We-
awesome.
We very much appreciate it.
So I have a question then.
Additionally, I would like to talk to the king briefly.
To
Who?
who?
She'll
Is
point to
she
Ar- she'll
referring to
point
Artie?
The
Is he the true king or some shit like that? Is he supposed to be the king? Because the Empress died, is he supposed to be the? Do we have Arthur? Is he Arthur? Do we have Arthur?
She'll point to him
Artie,
and she'll just be like,
how did we?
How did we miss
sh-
it?
she'll kind
How
she'll kind of hold up her hand. "I don't understand any of the politics, but his bloodline goes much deeper than that."
What do you mean by that?
Once again, Vina, you kind of watch a zone of silence engulf Artie and Morgan, and you guys watch as they talk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. About an hour or two goes by as the two just converse. You guys watch as Artie, the zone of silence drops eventually. Artie steps out, his face completely ashen and kind of haggard looking.
Are you okay, buddy?
Can I detect thoughts on Artie?
Can
I
I
don't think
insight
that's a-
check Ninth?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Insight check, Ninth. Detect thoughts on Artie, sure. Are
I'm
you
just
going?
straight up asking him if he's okay.
Are you going surface level, or are you trying to go deeper?
Can I start surface level and then decide?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start surface level
Um,
and then decide.
I got a 9.
Artie will kind of look at you, Calgus, like gratefully, and just smile and be like, "No, I'm not okay." Vina, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Cool.
DC is high.
Or are you getting countered by
Probably.
Morgana?
Probably. Right, hang on.
Or Sprinkle.
It could,
Could say she
or
could
it could
probably-
just be him unknowingly.
Or it could be Artie.
Yeah,
Artie
even if
just
it's like not
stopping it.
intentional, it could be like because he's very powerful.
Unnatural
Even
20.
unknowingly, it could be him.
A nat 20. Vina, for a moment, it seems like you're about to take a shit ton of psychic damage.
Oof.
And suddenly, you find yourself standing in front of Artie. There's a field of wheat stretching as far as the eye can see. And Artie just looks you in the eye and goes, "I would ask you not try to read my mind again, Vina."
Oh
I-
fuck! Oh fuck!
I will respect that. Just know I did it out of protection of you,
I appreciate
like I
that,
have in the past.
but some of these nightmares aren't meant to be shared.
Did you learn everything?
No, not everything, but enough to know you are not safe with me.
No! I swear to God, I'm not letting
And
him
the
go.
vision will kind of fade. Artie will kind of look at you, Vina, just a little bit, and you'll watch his eyes kind of like drop a little bit. Kind of, it's not shame, but like you guys are friends. Like he is friendly to you
Mhm.
guys, and it seems like something he's just said has made him incredibly, like, oppressively sad.
Can I give him
Um,
a hug?
yeah, of course, he'll hug you back. Um, as you do, you watch as Morgana will kind of like sigh and suddenly snap her fingers, and the armor she was once wearing is encapsulating Artie as it just kind of went
Whoa.
tink, 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 all over him. A parting gift. It should help him stay a little safer at least. Besides, it's hard to walk in plate for too long.
Fair.
Whoa.
Um, Morgana will begin to walk you guys out of the forest.
I'd like to ask Artie. Uh,
Oh, what if he knows?
What if he?
if he knows, he knows, and that's nothing I can change about it. Artie, I don't know what all you found out. I'm assuming it's a lot of stuff that we don't know. Just know that we have your back no matter what. I've always had your best interest in mind. And I like to say that is not deception. That is truthful.
Artie will pull you into a hug, Calgus,
Oh, no.
and just kind of whisper into your ear. He'll be like, "I know, my friend, but dark whispers. How to explain it? I know I'm a fool. I know I'm weak. But there's just been some things recently. I've been dreaming, and the dreams hurt. And Morgana says they're not dreams, and I'm scared.
Is he having like? Is he like? So what I can assume from that is he like seeing the future? Like, is he having like different versions of the future shown to him,
Possible?
or is he like seeing our like thoughts that we have?
Doesn't seem like he's seeing your thoughts.
Okay.
If he even knew killing Ninth was on the radar, you do not think Artie would be this chill.
Okay.
Um,
Cool. Thank God.
it seems like he said, he's been having dreams, and Morgan said the dreams are real. Whether that's prophecy, whether that's things that were, things that are yet to come, is unclear.
Trauma.
Hmm.
I have a this is also
Yeah,
another
it
question.
could just be therapy. You're not sure.
True. What's the ETA for him getting stabbed to the chest?
2 days.
2 days. Cool. Got it.
How did I forget about?
I just want to remind the party. I'm sorry, Vina, but we do have a scroll of true resurrection. Just saying.
Hey, listen, Vina knows that there's no use in getting her family back if
They're underwater.
the Earth is there's
Oh,
just
yeah.
nothing left.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there like experimenting mentioned?
Yes, there was.
So is it possible they're
roll-
not dead? They're just being experimented on?
roll me an intelligence check, like DC 5, Mika.
Well, but
DC
Mika, do
five?
you know anything about my?
No, I'm just asking. Is it possible that like this is like just to you? Is it possible they're just not dead, so it wouldn't be?
I thought
does it-
Who did I find
So-
out? The Hearth. I found out from the Hearth that they're
Oh,
Dead,
that's
dead.
right.
Dead, yeah.
So you found it from the
that's,
Hearth. They're dead.
It's a 10, by the
and-
way.
Okay. Well, I forgot you did not have any information there. So, Vina,
Fair.
Sprinkles has misspoke several times, but
True.
sometimes she doesn't misspeak. So she said the river Twigs, party metagaming. It's probably the river Styx. There's a chance that she didn't misspeak. There's a chance she misspoke. And Sprinkles doesn't really know, because sometimes Sprinkles is just like, that's the word. That's the word I want.
Because if they are in the river, I mean, the chances of like with resurrection, if they're like resurrected underwater,
Are
they
we
could
about to
still
have a
just
Hades Town intermission?
because okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but like
I'd fuck with that.
if someone's like drowned and resurrection's used on them, would they just so resurrect in the water and could just die again?
If you pull their body out.
You pull,
Yeah.
yeah, because you like it's
Well,
on the
you need the
person.
body.
Like you need
So,
the body.
yeah, true resurrection is you need the body and the soul has to be willing. So
Okay.
those are the only two parts.
We also know what lies in that water. So,
Correct, but you do have sprinkles, so that's an option.
well, yes, but I'm just saying.
Additionally, you guys know that in 2 days Artie is supposed to die. Or at least the vision of him being stabbed to the chest is supposed to come.
He's
to
getting
pass.
stabbed to the chest. That doesn't necessarily mean death.
True, true.
I know plenty of people have been stabbed.
If
to
we don't
chest and
take the
live.
knife out and he's not
Plenty of
dead,
people.
if
Me,
there's a
I'm
knife in his
I'm
chest and
plenty
he's
of
still
people.
alive, we can just get him to medical attention. He wouldn't necessarily be dead as long as you don't cause any shift in the organs.
Or I just cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
Also, would anybody like to insight check Artie?
Uh huh.
As I'm hugging him.
For sure.
Oh. Ooh.
It's an 18 on mine.
18.
He's my best friend. I know him. the
Sorry, I
best.
suppose I could put it in.
Watch
Bro,
him
what the fuck do you mean your best friend? I knew him before you!
Time means nothing when you have
Yes.
love, Mika.
Fight over my NPC.
He's my-
Yes. Um,
Don't you
Calgus.
dare fight over Pirate Mommy.
with a mod
She's mine.
20,
No.
as you're embracing
I don't
Artie,
remember.
you feel a muscle that wasn't there before. And you kind of get the
Muscle
feeling
fatty?
Artie's been looking haggard and tired. Artie might have been training all night with getting very minimal amounts of sleep.
Bro's jacked.
Sorry, you're just
Additionally,
talking
with
Yup.
Curran's guidance, your guidance, and everyone's help, DM to players, Artie is the equivalent of a level 5 paladin currently.
Level 5?
To the player characters, Artie's growth has been exponential and crazy. As you guys are inciting him, it seems like his magical aptitude has increased significantly. Additionally, it hasn't been like over the course of this journey, it's been like the past 2 days where something has just changed.
about. So you guys are in the Feywild now?
You guys kind of think of it, and it was ever since that voice told you guys to run, just something has been off with Artie. Like he's been gaining power exponentially.
When did a voice tell us to
It's
run?
not- Was it towards the beginning when we first
was
got
it?
there?
Yep.
he
So
still
when,
eating-
In the
Is it still-
Feywild? Or
so
in
when you
the-
guys first got into the Great Dungeon, there was a big trap.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for a second, Artie's voice kind of dropped, and Artie wasn't Artie, and
Oh,
he just
that's
told you guys
right.
to run.
That
But
was
see,
just.
also,
Yeah.
We've had
I'm a-
time in between sessions, so that was like just.
Yeah, no,
I'm
for sure.
ago.
assuming he's still leaving footprints wherever he walks, like or like scorch marks wherever he walks, right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to like make sure that's still happening.
Yep.
Can I infer from his demeanor what his oath is?
Mm.
Go ahead and try rolling an insight check, DC 25.
Oh, so I have to crit.
Correct.
You're kidding. I rolled a 19. 24. Oh.
Is this just Calgus that gets to try?
I'm gonna say it's just Calgus.
Damn it.
Because Calgus is his best friend.
25. It's not Arcana or Investigation.
Fuck you, Mason.
Mostly it's Calgus has spent the most time with Artie in recent time. And
Yeah.
additionally, he is currently embracing him and like able probably to get best gauge
Mm.
magical aptitude. So
Damn it. So, Nathan, I needed to crit because it was a DC 25 and I have a +5. I rolled a 19 plus 5, so 24, and I'm upset because I'm pretty much wasting a 19.
Damn, too bad Shadowheart's not at our party. She could have given you guidance.
Right?
Guidance. Damn
That's
it.
true. Clerics, they be crazy.
I used to be a
Um,
cleric.
Yes, he used to be a cleric.
Aside from the fact he's probably not an Oathbreaker, you're not sure.
Sick. I don't get a inkling towards like, is he? So I can kind of go on. He's not vengeance. I don't think he's vengeance. I don't think he's conquest. Can I eliminate those two with my roll or no? Well, I'm sorry.
Could
No,
it be
actually, don't
vengeance?
answer that question because if you say no to that, that means like I might not be able to eliminate them because it might be it, and that's just me learning. So never mind.
Why
Don't
wouldn't
answer that
why
question.
wouldn't it be vengeance?
He doesn't really have.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Before, because he's just learned about that, so he takes his oath at level 3. This is metagaming. I apologize.
True.
So
But
he's
I
already
mean,
taken his oath before that maybe he leveled up
But
during
he
that
was
conversation.
banished.
But,
From his family, that's still like a thing that happened to him.
but he didn't
Also,
have.
he's an NPC. Doesn't mean he follows the same rules.
True.
Doesn't mean he
That's
took
true.
his oath
And-
at level 3. He could have just taken his oath now.
It
True.
Also-
could be vengeance.
Also, historically, Mika does not know this. I do not play NPCs like players.
No.
Mhm.
I said he's the equivalent of a level
Yeah,
5 paladin.
that's
I didn't
true.
say he's a
Mhm.
level 5 paladin.
I got
So.
ya. But does he have an oath though?
He's not gonna give you answers. You didn't meet the role.
Yeah, I set the DC, man. You didn't make the DC.
Does not matter. You're not
There was a-
special.
There was a 5% chance you didn't hit it, my guy.
I hit the 10%.
Yeah. Not bad by any means, but not enough to get your guys' information. All right, I'm gonna say Morgan is gonna kind of walk you guys away. Are you putting sprinkles in the moat?
I think so. Does she want to be there?
I think
Yeah,
I'm going to
absolutely.
ask Sprinkles where she wants to go.
Sprinkles will be like,
And she is.
will you guys visit me?
Absolutely. Maybe I'll just kind of chill in there as we're walking. Maybe I'll chill
Pretty
in there
much
with
every
Sprinkles.
night. Yeah.
You
it's
can,
kind of the
you can
plan.
come out whenever you want to.
Well, I mean, she'll kind of look at Morgan, and you guys watch as her eyes turn like, they go from like turquoise to deep pink, and she goes, "Oh wow, that's really interesting, Morgan. I can protect the house. Like, yeah, for example, can I put me in the water or
Mhm.
the moat?
Mhm.
You put her in the moat. Sprinkles instantly becomes the entire moat. And you just hear the water go, I can do this when bad guys are near. Warning, 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 warning.
My God.
That's so cute. I love this so
and-
much.
And also, if it's really bad, I can do this. And you guys watch a 50-foot wall of water ring around the entirety of the cottage. It doesn't seem like it's expanding outwards. It's just existing.
Would
And
I
then
know-
I can only do this like once a day, but this is kind of neat. And you watch her cast chain lightning through the water as an entire just wall of water just becomes electrified.
Oh,
I
Closer
love
vibes.
this. And by the way,
Uh,
nothing can ever happen to Sprinkles because she's like canonically Sophia in my head because of how the art looks.
After she does that, she just says, "Oh wow, that's I need to take a nap. I'm sorry."
Would
I'm
I-
sorry.
would
Nap
I
is
know
good.
anything about her eyes turning pink?
You roll me a religion check.
How does a 21 sound?
21's pretty good. You would know, Mika, that the Lady of Justice is canonically blind. It would make sense that the Champions of Justice are blind as well. So it's weird that Sprinkle's eyes would turn pink as opposed to white.
The god of pussy.
What is
What?
wrong with you?
What pink might indicate is there is another powerful lineage that Sprinkles has. She's able to shapeshift into the people desire, um, unconsciously.
Unconsciously?
Nathan, with that comment, it seems like one of Sprinkle's parents is probably a god of love, or at least a powerful deific figure of love.
I'm so
Oh.
glad I rolled for that. I'm so glad I rolled for that.
So yeah, Nathan, one of
Kinda.
Sprinkle's parents might be a god of pussy. You don't know.
Shut the fuck up.
I feel like this campaign is suddenly just a cross between Percy Jackson and like King Arthur, like that, like
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Currently,
And
that's what's
Jurassic
happening.
Park.
Pokemon. We're playing Pokemon and completing the Pokedex of titles that we can like come across.
Pokedex of titles.
What if I killed every single one of
Am
the
I
titles and
wrong?
took them all?
You're not killing Sprinkles!
Gotta catch a fall.
Sprinkles,
Don't live my life.
Sprinkles might not have any titles.
Because
We
she's
don't know
like,
that.
because she's more of like a very
She's just a powerful love
sophisticated
child.
elemental, kind of. But yeah.
She's a powerful love child. But still, you're not touching her. Just in case. Just in case. Just in case.
I'll throw hands with whoever. We already know that.
No!
Alrighty,
I'll
You
fucking
get-
kill you.
you guys begin to walk with Morgan. You walk out of the traps. You see, rather than take the Sprinkle song path, Morgan literally just walks in front and just kind of like magically disarms traps as you guys walk, waving her fingers as you see thieves' tools and smith's tools and all number of tools floating around her, just working, and working animatedly and separate from her to disarm stuff.
That's
cool.
You guys walk out of the forest, find your way back into a more traditional emerald grove where the trees are multicolored instead of the deep coniferous that were Morgan's grove. And you push forward. You come to a bridge, once again, kind of that multicolored wood, very fey and fairy, that goes over the river Twigs and into a path that leads deeper into the forest. Morgan will kind of look at you all and be like, "Well, this is where we part ways. Don't tell Tatiana where I am. That kind of defeats the entire purpose of this whole thing."
Understood.
The thing is, you'll go. I don't know where you're gonna go. I don't know.
You know, that's true, but don't like even give her my general direction, because like she sometimes gets like gets it in her head that I stole the crown, and that's really not fair. So she'll get over it eventually, but I think it'll take another millennia or two.
Isn't that just a offhand comment, millennial or two? Okay. Well, have a good one.
She'll kind of wave to you all and start walking away. Her animated tools floating around her.
Coming from a kobold who lives to maybe 50.
Yeah, no, like truly, Caligus, what she just said is so foreign. Like
50 is old age for us, but that's mostly because we get ourselves killed. It's true, like truly in the kobold lore
I
is that they
know.
don't live to their life expectancy because they get themselves killed.
It's just so like not dim, grim. I was trying to say grim and dark.
Grimdark? Ooh,
Grimdark.
do you want me to make this a Grimdark campaign? I can make this a
Please
Grimdark
no.
campaign real quick.
I'm already depressed enough. I don't need more.
Fair enough. You guys begin walking, and we are going to get into that roll.
Combat. Oh,
Alrighty.
my bad.
As you guys walk for another day, nothing significant happens. You rest, you recuperate, you gain spell slots. Sprinkles seems like Sprinkles is kind of a little more up and cheery as you guys leave your brand new home in the pocket dimension, as I assume that's more comfortable. Yes, Brandon.
Since we had another night, I rolled a 3 again. That is all.
Okay, thank you.
It's for my ring because it has the 4 modes.
Oh yeah,
So I'm just keeping it.
Hmm.
Also, you don't have to tell me. I will just trust you to do
Okay.
that. As you get into the second day, the forest has progressively gotten more multicolored blues, greens, reds, pinks, yellows. Uh, yep, Iris, you would know that you are getting incredibly close to the Fey Court. Um, as you guys do, um, you get to a wall of pure white light, bisecting the entirety of the forest, reaching to the sky height, and a small little gate, about 4 or 5 feet tall, would be very uncomfortable for Curran and some of the party to fit through, but possible.
not me.
Not me, fuckers.
Th- this is the gate to the summer court. Um, Mika,
Hmm.
the gate is unguarded.
Can I just do like an investigation check though, quick, just to like be safe?
Yeah, for sure.
Just looking for like any traps or
Mhm.
anything that could be of interest. What
For
do I
sure.
have added to this? Oh yeah. How does a 28 sound?
20, it's really good. So with the 28, Iris, you would know that the fairies gates are very secure. Um, all of the courts, you have to be a member of the court or escorted by a member of the court to get into the court. Very simple, very
Court,
safe.
court, court.
Weird that there's no gate guard. Because sometimes there are people who are not of the courts who do get to come in, but they're usually vetted by a guard. So it's really weird there's not a guardian protecting this gate.
Are
Not
you of
unheard
the
of.
summer court?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not unheard of, but weird.
Okay. That makes me nervy. But we're already here, so yeah. Also, yeah, Kern's not here, so that's like not really a big issue. Yeah, I wanna go in.
Oh, getting in the door. I see, I see, I see.
Alrighty.
Oh, do we lose our temp HP?
No, I'm gonna say it transfers over one more day, so you can keep your temp HP for today.
I'm scared that he's letting us.
I know. Means he is. He's already planned for that temp HP in the combat that we may
He's
encounter.
calculated it out. And it's like this won't one-shot them if they have 6 temporary HP.
Finding my files.
Don't like the sound of that.
He's talking about his stat blocks to fuck us up.
Oh, I know.
All right. Mika, you go ahead and throw your hand on the gate entry to the Fey Court, and the door swings open silently. As you get in, the deep, kind of like vibrant colors of the forest only seem to intensify as you are greeted with an urban sprawl of city mixed with trees and forest, light. There seems to be more animals kind of wandering around, and you just see fairies, pixies, nymphs zipping to and fro, and things that are you wouldn't typically associate as fairies. People with mole heads, little frog folk who are walking bipedal and just kind of sauntering along in suits. Just all manner of creatures that don't seem to fit, but in their oddity and in their uniqueness, fit into this place perfectly. Uh, as you guys are kind of walking, you hear from the center of Fairy, which once again is kind of like this beautiful forest utopia, a cry, a cheer. Go ahead and roll me insight checks.
Do I
Iris,
get advantage on
You,
this?
you should have
I
advantage.
rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
So
25.
So it'd be a 22 for me.
All right.
And
Iris.
look at the dice I rolled it with. It's very
Nice.
fey.
Thank God for advantage because my other one was a 6.
Iris, um, as you kind of hear that cry, you have a moment in your head. You're like, today's like today's the equivalent of Sunday in the Fey Court. It's usually a day of rest and relaxation and tea and talking and quiet conversing. Maybe some slight political machinations, but usually it's a pretty chill day. Like, it's a good day to be at the Fey Court. There's no reason that the Summer Court should be cheering and yelling like that. And it's a sound, and it's like a cheer and a yelling that you are deeply unfamiliar with. Vina, as you hear it, there's only one thing that elicits that kind of reaction in a crowd of
Oh
people.
no.
Only one thing that makes several thousand people cry out in unison, rage, and
Guillotine?
excitement.
No.
Guillotine?
Not guillotine, Vina.
New
Blood
ruler?
sport.
What
What'd you
now?
say?
Blood sport.
Oh yeah, it's a fight.
You guys start walking into the center of Fairy. And as you get closer to kind of like what would be considered like the center of the summer court, like living area, it's not the high court where there's castles and royalty. This is where the common folk, the everyday Joe Schmo lives, kind of, eats, breathes stuff. In the center of this little town square that kind of radiates from the palace, you see several major illusions that are essentially screens, and you see thousands of fairies watching and cheering, money changing hands, as on the screen you see horrific vehicles, four-wheeled, seven, eight-wheeled vehicles piloted by devils with horns, catapults, cannons. Essentially, think you guys are watching Mad Max um fights on these vid screens, essentially.
Twisted Metal.
Yes, Twisted Metal.
Nice.
As you're watching devils kill each other and fairies changing, money changing hands, as it seems like there's some sort of Twisted Metal blood game happening, and the fairies are watching it intently. But if
just
you want to
mi-
roll me a history check with advantage, this is a fiendish thing.
Are they minor devils or?
Unnat 20.
A nat 20. With an unnat 20, bud, you have heard rumors about machines that run on souls,
Beautiful.
infernal engines.
Love it. God, I miss
Oh.
Furnace.
So, are they just a bunch of minor devils? Or
It seems like they're mine. It seems like the ones you're seeing are like imps and I see your message, Mika. It seems like there's imps and stuff, but as you're watching, you see a flash of colorful wings, as on a more rainbow style war machine, a fairy rides and is casting magic missile and fighting, and suddenly gets speared through the neck by a harpoon that's shot from one of the rigs, and you watch as the harpoon like sticks through her neck, and she kind of pauses, and it starts ripping backward, decapitating her. Um, you see
I need to look
fairies,
away. I need to
mortal.
look away, man.
You see fairies. You see mortal humans. There's probably about 30 war machines all fighting it out, kind of like Demolition Derby style. No holds barred, murdering riders, and yeah,
Does anyone seem to be overlooking everything? You know.
yeah. As you guys come to the center of the town, roll me a stealth check. I assume you're.
I have a feeling I know.
Damn.
We don't have pass without a trace, do we?
no, we do not.
I rolled a 10. That's a 21 for me. Crazy how my stealth is that Oh.
Does Steel Defender also need a stealth check?
Probably.
Where is he? What's your dex, buddy? Oh, is it in action? Where is his stat block? Okay, Mason, I don't have a dex for my Steel Defender, but as a movement speed of 40. Oh, no, it's a +4 for saving throws.
Sure, just take the +4.
Okay.
What did he roll?
So, how does a 5 sound? So a 1
Oh,
plus
that was
4.
good. I
Um,
think
5.
crit fail?
Alrighty.
Steel Defender crit failed.
So everybody moves through this crowd silently and quietly, like being very careful. As you guys come to the center of the town, you see on a dais a very familiar black suit with a little tie, a couple of dice floating above his left hand,
Fuck.
Oh, no,
and a notebook in his right hand as the gambler
Fuck.
is calling out numbers, bet odds, and you just see multiple little flashes of minor illusions that are showing like odds of certain war machines and like the current bet rate and stuff like that. And at the same in the same moments, like as people are being eviscerated on screen, names are flashing and disappearing, and until it's kind of like narrowing down to just a couple of 3-4 war machines left in the very short period of time. As you guys come into the center of town, Calgus, you're just not as sneaky as
Yep.
everybody else.
Yep.
And as this guy is calling bets and stuff, you and Steel Defender kind of bump into some people, and he just turns and clocks you. And I'm gonna let the party have a minute to decide what to do as I go to the restroom. But he definitely saw you, and you just see his smile kind of flash for a
Sees
moment.
me, just me.
He sees the party.
Sees just me. And Steel Defender.
Do we know if he has true sight?
It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
Oh, he know it does. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna, well, because I was gonna say if we all get into our pocket dimension and Chelsea goes invis, we can just.
But he can
Um,
break in. You can break into the pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Additionally, what I will remind you guys all is there kind of was like a red glow that surrounded his eyes when you guys did the gambling with the cards. And that kind of like red glow kind of still kind of permeates his eyes as he looks at you, Calgus.
What's that?
I don't know what happened to Nathan.
I don't know. But I do need to go to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Oh fuck me, man. Okay.
But if we just wave,
I thought about it. I was like, truly, that's what
the
Calgus was going to do.
chaotic answer, just wave.
No, the
Chaotic
thing
neutral.
is,
I'm gonna wave.
I'm worried.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, there. Truly, there's.
We
don't
can't attack.
escape
We
this.
can't run.
He's clearly running things, and if he's like, "Hey, I want them in that pit," guess where we're going?
Can we just do a little? Hey there.
Hey, I have a goofy thing that I don't think anyone remembers. And it may not work, but I think it will. I have Goldie's silver whistle. Blow the whistle while not in danger. Oh shit.
We're in
Technicality.
danger.
While not in danger to bring us back to the tavern once. You remember that tavern as we were?
But the thing is,
I think this is
We
technically
are in
clock as
danger.
danger.
Probably, but we could. Gotta try.
wait, what was that wine that we had?
That just gave us buffs.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember what it did. Do I have literally anything here that could try to help us?
I can shoot him.
I have a jar of Call Storm.
That's pretty cool.
I'm a
I don't know if
murderer.
that's gonna do much of anything.
I have a Wand of Moonbeam.
I have a bedroll.
Brandon, if you do that though, your next misfire rate goes up to 15, which then means
No,
If
that's
you
only
try
the
to
ones
shoot-
that he uses the names. Only if he uses a named
Both
bullet.
my bullets are named,
Oh.
so that
and
means
I have to sell part of my soul again to get another bullet.
Yeah.
I have darkness.
I say we just wave.
I'm down. I'm gonna pour myself another drink.
Just a little.
I have
Howdy there.
such-
Little tip of the hat.
I have such a bad feeling about this.
I mean, I do too.
Especially because.
But there's
out of
also
everyone-
like a.
Especially because out of everyone here, he knows me best. That is fucking terrifying. However, if I gamble something, it's in the moments that I need it. If I can figure out something to gamble for us to not get involved with this. But then
We
again,
can just see where it goes.
my gambling odds with him are just pretty much shit. Because
Yeah.
what I learned via Morgan.
I mean, he honestly might not wanna fuck with us.
I hope not. But his eyes turned red, Chelsea.
That was more getting at the true sight type thing.
I'm so fucking nervous, man. If Mason does this, the fact that Mason did this is like right after I messaged him what I messaged him, you absolute bitch.
Mason, do you want to know our plan?
Muted.
Yeah, please.
This is our plan. You ready?
Little, he wasn't
Yeah, you were looking. This is literally it. Just howdy, partner.
What did you say after I called you a bitch?
I said it's not my fault your plans don't mesh with my plans. That's not my issue. That's your
It
issue.
literally wasn't a plan. It was just a question. I got fire grilled pizza today. I'm so happy.
Sorry, catching up on a couple texts. Alrighty.
You're all good. Still waiting on Brandon.
Oh,
He's getting another drink, I think is what he said.
He's reloading.
drinking in my Christian D&D campaign?
What do you got in your drink there, bud?
My drink?
It's not even your beer glass or your bear glass or beer. Beer, what was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
beer.
beer, yeah.
It's because it's the beer glass is dirty currently.
Yeah. Ha.
I did not do. I did not get anything accomplished on my last 2 days off. I was meaning to clean and be really productive, and none of it happened.
Hey, Mason.
Well, you know.
Resting is productive.
Yes, but I also have other things to do, to, like, buy a table, because I don't yet have a table.
It's literally no use trying to talk like self-care into Mason because whatever you say, he just deflects in one way or another. I've tried so many times.
Mika,
I take
I have
care of
known
myself.
Mason for many years. I am aware of this.
I just
I have been the mom of the group for quite a while.
at least you tried, Mason. That doesn't matter.
Do I really need a mom if my self-destructive tendencies never really manifest? Like, they never take me out, so really is it a problem?
Ice cream sandwich.
Ice cream sandwich!
I have pizza.
Back to therapy you go, Mason. Tomorrow, go.
Tomorrow I have to go to work, Mika, which is the opposite of
Bro.
therapy.
Mhm.
After session, I have the best Karen story I have ever experienced to tell everyone.
Oh, I'm
But-
excited.
All right, so you guys do the tactical, and he will not fuck with you at all. You guys can walk right past, and
See?
Hmm.
Everything's fine.
Mm.
and continue on to the Fey Court. Now, my understanding is you guys want to go talk to Tatiana.
If we can find her, that would be fantastic.
She's the queen of.
Hang on,
the
hang
court,
on,
right?
hang on.
Yep.
I think we get a lay of the land first before we just go right up to the queen and talk
Yeah.
to her.
You
Wait,
think that we
hold
can
up,
just
hold
go
up, hold
up to the queen
Wait,
though?
wait, hold up. I have something that we need to think about before we go any further. Tatiana and Morgan know, like, at least knew each other well. Ilianos is Morgan's son.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how she'll react if we bring up Ilianos. And that
Tatiana-
worries the fuck out of me.
Tatiana is also fucking one of the Knights of the Round, who is
No,
trying to
I
hunt
know.
down Morgan.
This might sound awful, but if we can give up information
Absolutely not.
on Morgan,
Nope. We are not making more enemies.
that's fair. I feel like Ilianos might be a bigger enemy than Morgan.
But I don't want to be enemies with Morgan though.
That's fair. Oh, so you're putting friendship with Morgan over your mortal enemy?
No,
That's what it is.
I'll still kill her son. That's fine. She's
But the
aware
whole
of this.
point
Mm-hmm.
But the whole point of talking to her is try to get like information on Ilianos. So we have to at least have a game plan.
I think it's mostly just information in general. We suss it out first. Gather information. See if we can figure out where she lies in all of this. And then
Okay.
see if it's safe to get information on Ilianos.
I'm down. So yeah, I guess we just like roam around for now. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, so
No.
you're just gonna roam around?
Scan the crowd.
I belong here.
Quick thing.
Yes, Calgus.
Can I pull Nathan for like 30 seconds?
Yeah, for sure.
Nathan, go to private.
Yeah.
I belong here, Mason. I'm one of them.
Also, I'm
It's not that
a
you-
fae, by the way.
for sure. Any particular kind of fae you want to be like? So like this isn't traditional like fae. It's not like everybody's a fairy. It's like some people are like weirdly shaped like half lizard man with a freaking boa constrictor head. There's other people who are like mole people. Like it's truly in its unique truly in its just a random variety of bullshit. Like everybody looks normal because nobody looks normal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a special snowflake.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Because you are a higher fae.
Higher?
Mm.
Higher, yes. There are upper and lower echelons of fae. Just because
That's
you're
fair.
not royalty does not mean you're a high fae.
That's true.
Can I be
Now it's just easier. Nathan.
Can I be like a cute little like possum person? But like a
Absolutely.
cute possum. Not the
Oh.
like not when they're scary, like when they're cute, you know?
Little cute bipedal
Um,
possum.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the
I have
thing.
I have a
You can go first because mine will break into a longer discussion. So you go first.
okay. I have a question before we roam. Are there any rules or laws that I can recall about the summer court?
Sure. So, by and large, think of your common law. Like, you can't be killing people. You can't be robbing people. You can't be like the basic shit.
All the fun things.
Yeah,
Damn
all,
it.
all all the fun things
government.
off the table. Aside from that, you know that the summer court, Fae get bored easily. So like, really, any sort of new entertainment or pranks are usually pretty welcome.
Or addictions.
Yeah, or addictions.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn.
yeah,
It
no.
wasn't the boredom, it was because of trauma.
Iris, you would know like there are many Fae with all sorts of weird sorts of addictions and like tonics and shit they like. So like that's not
Oh,
weird.
Wait.
But you know, the basic things like that. The summer court does essentially have a state police. And if you start shit talking the court, people usually get disappeared.
Fuck the feds, am I right, Mason?
Additionally,
Jeez.
Devils, as a rule, are not allowed in Fairy. And what you're seeing is not only a devil taking bets,
Mhm.
Devils are
but
all over. Devils are killing.
but you are seeing like essentially like devil football, like devil demolition derby. Devil demolition derby, I like that better. Devil demolition derby that's being not like regarded as new, but it's being regarded as like exciting, like this week's Sunday.
It is Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is something that would not have been allowed. Also, it's like
What?
an unconventional use of scrying magic.
One last thing, because
Mhm.
otherwise I will forget this.
Yep.
So you mentioned entertainment being like a big thing here. That's like received well.
Yep.
If we
Specifically,
some-
specifically new entertainment, things that haven't been done before.
if we put on some sort of show performance,
We do not want to draw attention to ourselves.
just throwing it out there for future reference.
So
I will say DM to player Mika. Essentially, what you're trying to like pitch is, what if us, a small group of troubadours, tried to interrupt Sunday night football?
No, not right now. not right now. Not right now. But I'm just saying, if we wanted to like draw
Mhm.
out attention potentially of Tatiana, if we have like a big enough crowd, if that's a
Sure.
possibility,
so
Okay.
yeah, here's
just in the future.
here's
I need
the
to
thing.
know the song that came up is called Bad Ideas, just so you know.
So
Tessa?
here's
Oh
Here's
no,
the
never mind.
thing.
You're doing DMCA.
Mhm.
here's the thing. Going back to us just talking to Tatiana,
Hmm.
what makes us think? I don't know your status in the court, Mika, but that we could just walk up and talk to her. I don't think that's just something that we can just do. You know, I don't think that's just something we can
That's
just
why
like.
we've been talking about like what we would like if we have some sort of leverage or something of importance for her.
We should have gotten her crown. We had the chance. But yeah, we need to do something or get involved in something to draw her out. And I feel like the devil, the gambler, is going to make that decision for us.
What if what we always have like if we can convince him we have the leverage
The gambler?
of the night.
What night are you talking about?
The one she's sleeping with.
Oh.
We have no leverage on him, though.
Mm-mm.
We have nothing on him that will give her up.
Yeah, because you tried to, like,
And
If we find
get info
something-
about the queen from him, and he's like, the fuck? Why would
Pretty
you
much he
ask
said
me
I'd
that?
rather die.
Yeah.
we need to try fucking something though. If
That's
you
why I
wanna
said,
get
yeah, we walk
literal-
around. Yeah,
yeah.
that's why we walk around and gather information. We gotta
Yeah,
take a look and see what's going on.
which is what we talked about while you guys were gone. Was just like right now just roaming.
No, it was
But
before
that's
they
what I'm
left.
saying. Oh, but I'm saying if we pique her interest in some sort of way, that would make a difference.
Mm,
If we pique her interest, if she's interested in us, that's like not just us approaching. That could be if we can find some way to get her to approach us.
mm.
And I'm not, Brandon, for reference, I'm not like I'm higher Fae, so I'm not like bottom of the chain. I'm not like royalty by any means, but I'm not like bottom of the chain.
You're middle class.
Yeah, like Faye middle class.
Also,
Yeah, can we just look around?
Wait,
Yeah.
Mason. If I remember correctly, let me just double check this because I have something.
Nathan, I like that.
that make a difference? Like, I can copy and paste the backstory of that part if you want.
That your dad was a soldier?
Hmm?
That's all right. You get the feeling that you could probably talk your way past a couple of guards. You do have some sway. Your dad was like, he wasn't like famous, but the battle you fought in is, and there are still people who knew your father, who are still alive.
I completely forgot about that part until just now. So yes, my dad was a soldier who passed in a battle. So
Yeah, you could use it to influence some of the guards.
mhm.
It might not get you to Tatiana, but it might get you an audience with somebody who matters.
Yes. And that's something. So there is that. But was that what you were talking about, like, Brandon? What did you want to mention that you and Nathan were talking about?
And, oh no, don't worry about what Nathan and I were talking about.
You literally
He was
was that
explaining.
question? Okay. Okay. So we're just gonna roam then?
Yeah, because my question was that like there's no
Oh.
way we can just walk up and talk to Tatiana.
Okay, that was what it was. Okay.
Yes.
But okay, so yeah, I gave him my information. Soldier dad. There's at least that for something. All right, we roam.
Roll me a perception check.
Everyone or
Everybody
just
can.
Mika?
If I pay attention to more the behavior of people around me, can I do insight?
Sure, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
Why did I type 12 roll?
12
That
roll.
was a roll, by the way.
12 roll. I need 12 rolls.
Iris,
I
with a
told
23. That's pretty good.
I rolled a 15.
Oh, you rolled a 15? Oh,
Well, 15 plus.
oh, that's an
Yeah,
old roll.
plus
My
8.
bad.
I'm just saying that I could have gone higher.
Oh, that was the insight check. My bad. Okay. Well, all right. So 15 to 23. Pretty damn good. We're actually gonna start with the lowest here, Bud. You notice rather than watching the crowd, Bud, as kind of Bud does, you're calculating risk. You're finding where like the real problems lie. You see a lot of soldiers, like fairy soldiers watching the crowd, like different headed, like kind of beast people, like all sorts of armor and stuff. Like there's really no like set like fairy armor. Like it's nobody's like enforcing a standard, but all the soldiers are wearing some form of green armor with green weaponry, swords, spears, axes, and they're just kind of watching the crowd. But as you look, there seem to be figures in darker, more drab colored clothing sprinkled through the crowd watching. Um, and as you kind of look, you get the feeling that there are devils in the crowd. Not many, but
I
they're
was
there.
gonna say I would really like to focus for more devilish stuff, whether it be just the obvious devilish things or something hidden. Can I do some like investigation?
Yeah, give me an investigation check as far as why devils would be here. Um, and I'm gonna go ahead and narrate everybody else's checks. Um, Vino, with a 17, as you're looking at this crowd, like trying to figure out like the ins and outs of them, there are people who are standing a little too straight. Um, every once in a while, you see somebody laugh, but they kind of like ha ha ha. But they're dressed as kind of like commoners. It seems like there are some higher members of society
Hmm.
mixed in with this crowd, kind of watching this death match. You kind of get the feeling like that wouldn't be acceptable, but it's happening. Iris and Calgus, as you guys are kind of looking out onto the crowd, um, Iris, you see the gambler as as you guys slip from his kind of like peripheral view, you watch his eyes kind of unglaze from that red and kind of going back to his normal kind of like self as he's calling bets and stuff like that. Calgus with a 23.
No, no, I was 23.
You were 23? Okay, that was the 21. My
I
bad.
was 21.
That was 21. With the 23 Iris, it seems like the game, whatever, is wrapping up. There's a tiefling woman with blue skin and a broken right horn with a left one that kind of circles like a goat, cheering with the decapitated head of a human. Um, some people in the crowd are crying. Some people are like cheering. You see a very large sack of gold get passed to an individual with a brooch, and the only really with a brooch and a cloak, and the only really interesting thing about this individual is there's nothing interesting about this individual. Everybody in Fairy has something going on. Beast head, multicolored skin, fancy clothing. Like that's the fucking norm. This
Like
person's in
Stacy's
a
mom.
gray cloak with their hood pulled, but they just pulled the entirety of the purse. It seems like the winner was like a 42-1 odds winner.
Can I do some stealthing to try and get closer?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do some stealthing and try to get closer. Nathan with the 26 investigation check. Devils are particularly interested with their investments. You would know just kind of from just your reading and talking to devils before you fucking ice them. Devils and fairies don't get along. Devils and fairies have fought multiple wars against each other. So the fact that there are devils in the summer court, this is something that's probably never happened before. It's weird. Additionally, the devils who are present, you see various forms of tiefling, you see a couple of spike devils. It seems like they are not necessarily like there to peacekeep, but there to be enforcers of some kind.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem like the fairies are afraid of them. It just feels like the fairies are not acknowledging they exist.
Oh. Okay. Could I? Fuck it. I just want to ask any random fae and just be like, how long have these devils been here?
You
Do
ask, and
they
a
even
little
know?
star-nosed mole person kind of looks at you, and he goes, what you be talking about, sir? There are no devils in the summer court. Dare, and he kind of looks and like looks at one of the hooded figures, and looks at you, and looks at one of the green guards, and looks at you, and goes, "Brr, no, sir, no devils here. No, no, sir, no, the silly talk. You, too much ale you've been having."
There is no
Could I
war
roll
in
an
Bossing
insight check?
Say.
I feel like this is being
Absolutely, insight check.
No, I.
Oh,
Josh.
There
okay.
is no war.
There is no war in Bossing Say.
I have a question.
But he is 100% trying to warn you, like, shut the fuck up. Yes, Brandon.
What did my 21 perception check give me?
Your 21 perception check, I narrated the wrong person, but it was essentially that as soon as the gambler looked away from the party, his eyes, like that red tint that was there, is no longer there.
So it's from the thing that happened with Nathan earlier.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Additionally, with my self check, do I recognize the brooch at all?
Roll me an intelligence check. It's gonna be
That's
What'd
a
you get?
14.
14. Well, the 14 you do not. It's some sort of round symbol, but it's hard to make out precisely what it is because it's very small.
Got it.
You'll
Yep.
see her kind of take her winnings and like hook it to her pouch. As you do, you notice her clothing is very common. But roll me one more intelligence check, quick.
That is a 17.
17. With a 17, you don't know the metal, but it's a metal Calgus has shown you. But as you kind of look, her clothes are very drab, very plain. She's not a particularly beautiful looking woman, but as she moves, there's a startling white ring that would be where her like money pouch would be attached. And that metal is one of those ones that Calgus showed you that you know to be very valuable. And it's weird that that would be her money ring. Like, incredibly odd. It's a very valuable metal. You don't remember what it is, but it's very, very, very valuable. If you talk to Calgus, he'd know it immediately.
I don't want to lose sight of her necessarily. I'm really curious about this.
Iris, give me a perception check.
Please, please, for the love of God, please do not fail me now.
Okay.
It's an 18.
Okay. 18's not gonna cut it. As you watch her snap her fingers, and you see her kind of like step into nothing and disappear. As she casts Pass Without Trace.
Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Calgus about the medal that I saw,
Mhm.
and mention that it was like a money ring specifically that she had, and explain the weirdness of looking so plain.
Yeah.
Is it
Calgus,
mithril?
that was a mithril ring.
I figured.
Why would you have a mithril? Is it so? It's a mithril money ring, right?
Yep.
So it's just to secure your money better, right?
Yep.
But it can be enchanted as well, correct?
Yep. Additionally, it's
it's
not
to protect
something you
money.
would make into a money ring unless you had so much wealth.
Yeah.
Like,
So rich as fuck.
yeah, it's like this person didn't consider how much this single little piece is worth, and they just kind of threw on their common clothing and just kept their money ring. But like, that's betraying incredibly high status.
Yeah, she's rich as fuck. She was pretending to be a commoner to not attract attention for whatever reason.
Iris has never been more confused in her life. This is like, she leaves the summer court and things feel like they're fine, and then she comes back and there's devils and this random lady with a mithril money ring, and she doesn't like, no one knows what Tatiana is, and it's just a lot for her.
And there's no warm bossing say, yeah.
There's no more bossing. Yeah. Yeah, after I think just after the thing that Bud typed in chat, I think it's just a matter of roaming.
Oh,
Try to get more info.
that was the general chat. Bud, you do your ping. It's faint, but it's to the south. It's from the way you guys came.
Fuck.
But it's
But
on the
there.
plane.
It's on the
Yeah.
plane.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure we did detect her when we first came here too.
Yeah, well, she's the one with
But-
the contract with the
Mhm.
gambler.
With the gambler.
So they're kind of like this.
Can we just hide you in the
Well, if she
hide
wants
you for now?
if she wants to wish her loved one back, I'll just kill her a third time. Third time's the charm, right?
Would it be safe to just stuff him right now until like,
Well,
or should we wait till he's closer? Because
Hey,
it's faint
thanks
right
for giving
now.
it. No one's stuffing me.
Yeah.
It's faint right now. so
But-
should we
but-
just
Bud's,
wait to
Bud,
take-
Bud's a very traditional tiefling man. Nobody's getting in there.
So okay, you said it's faint right now.
Very
Yeah.
incredibly faint. Like,
So I think we just roam the other direction, and until it gets, more obvious, then I think we just kind of chill. Fair.
So I think yes. And what I'm thinking is that for some reason, either Tatiana's not in charge anymore, or is quote unquote in charge. Like she's being puppeted by
Mhm.
something. Someone has something over
Yeah.
her. So, I think if we talk to our little portal jumping, pocket watch having friend, I think he might be curious about this as well, wouldn't he? I feel like. So I think our odds of just talking to Tatiana have gone up. If she's
Yeah.
in distress. But I'm also afraid that we're going to get voluntold to go into the pits.
There's also the concern if Ilianos has taken over the Unseelie Court, that gives him a bunch of power. He could have something over Tatiana. I don't know, man.
Well, we know he has like
A
13
bajillion
titles.
titles.
So like he
They're
has
all gonna
plenty
be
of
mine.
power.
Yeah. So that while we have a better chance of talking to her, there's also now more risk with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Well,
right now we just gather info.
Yeah, I think we should try to see if we can see changes in like the town itself, besides obviously the fighting pit of death that's surrounded by devils. That's a bit different. But
Yeah.
how
To-
the
To be clear, it's more like TV screens depicting something far off.
so
Hmm.
it's not necessarily here that the fighting is happening.
Correct.
Oh, is it even on this plane?
Roll me an insight check.
Can you Arcana? Because it's
Yeah, sure.
magical.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
Arcana.
sick. 21.
21. With the 21, it's weird because you've seen images of clearly things from like the Nine Hells, right? Like
Yep.
war machines, stuff like that. Like Bud would have filled you in, I'm sure. Like those things are fiendish.
Yeah.
But you did also see some like multicolored trees and stuff like that. But the scorched ground was weird. It seems like there's a place where fairy and the hells cross over,
Oh, so
and
things
it
are
seems like
getting.
it's been being held there.
Could that be the dungeon?
A lot of places converge in the Great
Or
Dungeons. It's
or
true.
like yeah, like the Great Dungeon, like something like.
Damn.
So it's technically like it's three planes that are just hitting together. Because like I obviously like the planes aren't like separate things like this. They're set up like this, perpendicular and wavy and crisscrossy, and they do cross,
Could
like
any
overlap.
could anything astrological indicate anything more about it?
Like
Like
planets aligning kind of shit.
like in the sky.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a history check, sure.
History or Arcana?
I'll give you Arcana if you want Arcana.
Damn it, I will not do advantage. This is 15.
13? Not bad. It's tough because like Brandon said, the planes are not static. It's timey-wimey, wibbly wobbly bullshit. Um, like you said, there are sometimes the planes are parallel, there are sometimes they intersect, and they kind of move and flow in random directions. It's not necessarily astrological. Like you're not like sitting there like Mercury's in retrograde, so the Fey court, will sit here on the plains. But as far as history and magic go, Bud, times of great calamity, the planes tend to align and intersect more than times of peace. Just by the nature of the intersection of planes, new ideas are introduced to certain planes, new things are brought to light, and therefore calamity often follows. With the understanding that there's an army of undeath to the north, there's so many things happening on Kenor that is unheard of. It seems like this is a time of calamity, and therefore it's safe to say the planes intersecting is not terribly uncommon. But what I will say is, while you don't know every plane that might be intersecting with the material plane, you have a feeling it's probably more than the Nine Hells and Fairy. It's probably a lot more.
Also, while we're roaming, Mason,
Mhm.
can we do the thing that I messaged you about?
Give me a second.
Yes, yes.
So, are we Baldur's Gate talking to all the interactable NPCs right now?
Hmm. Well, the thing is though, is like the issue with
Or do you want to go to your childhood home?
kind of want to go to my childhood home.
Okay.
Mainly because right now the hooded figures, it makes, because after Nathan had an interaction, it just
Mhm.
makes me nervy.
As you guys are walking, everybody can give me a perception check except Iris.
Oh,
Ooh, ooh, hot damn.
Hmm.
Hot diddity damn.
I'm nervous for what's about to happen.
I got you guys. Don't worry about it.
Now, what you all didn't know was that was a group perception check, and you all did
Thank God.
You did pretty good. Bud and Calgus, as you guys are walking, you can go ahead and look in the pictures as a cloaked figure in a gray cloak with a little round brooch on her chest is
Oh,
moving through the crowd.
Oh my.
oh.
Does that brooch
Mommy.
hit anything in the noggin?
Bud, go ahead and roll me a history check with advantage.
Whoa. Is this why you get to fucking roll a perception check?
Yeah, you already failed your perception check. They get a chance.
I figured.
18 history.
18 history. You kind of look at her face and you feel like you should know it, but you can't place it. And as you look at the brooch, once again, a familiar time hopping twunk had the same brooch pinned to his cape.
Oh my god.
So is that
Additionally, what you learn from Morgan is Tatiana is a degenerate gambler.
Mm,
Oh my god. I had a
we
fucking
lost to the
feeling.
gambler?
I had a fucking feeling.
As she moves,
hot.
as she moves through the fairy, people just kind of seamlessly, like gliding in between and out of people. It seems like with a high likelihood, that's probably Tatiana or somebody close to her.
And
I
so
can't do
is
nothing.
is she trailing us or is she?
She is like yeeting the fuck out of here. She won her money and now she is leaving.
Which direction?
She's leaving to the north, not towards the direction of the palace though. Kind of more towards the middle city.
Which direction is Iris moving?
Iris is going to the east to her childhood home.
I'm literally gonna start physically like just behind Iris, take her shoulders. We're going north and we're going that way.
No, because no. Iris is gonna fight you back on that though. She's like taken over by emotion right now. She doesn't know what's happening.
I found her. And he
Iris,
says that as creepily as possible.
not the best idea.
North.
I'm going to run away from you.
Okay, I'm gonna go north.
You like irked something in Iris. Bad.
Iris runs east, Calgus runs north. Are we splitting the party?
I was told we have to find Tatiana, and I found Tatiana.
You
Alrighty.
just said I found her. You did
Yeah.
not specify who.
Correct.
Iris sprinting east, Calgus running north to catch up with who you think may be Tatiana. I should.
Or
Do
someone
we-
close.
does everyone know that? That is Tatiana?
Just me and
Bud and Calgus
Bud.
clocked it.
Mm.
I share.
If you guys can find another way to get me to stop fucking running, by all means. But until I have a better reason to stop running towards my childhood
But you say you
home,
share that? You share that, bud?
I share that.
Yeah. I'll tell Iris. I'll say they found Tatiana. That's what we're here for.
Iris will kind of relax a little bit and begrudgingly go north. Very, very begrudgingly.
You don't have to. You can split the party. That's fine.
No. There's always time to come back to it.
You guys follow the person in the cloak. As you've been following for about 20-30 minutes at this point, trying to keep a respectable distance, go ahead and roll me a perception check, everyone.
I'm included in this one this time?
Yep.
Does not matter. Oh, I rolled better than Bud! Oh. Oh.
Let me
Is
double
this a
check to
group
make sure.
perception check? Is this a group perception? Okay.
No, it wasn't. Calgus is the only one who clocks it. As this figure in the cloak kind of turns, sees that she's being followed,
Shit.
and kind of like turns back, trying not to like. It's not that they're trying not to panic, it's they're trying not to let you know they know.
How
And
far
you're
away
gonna
is she from me?
I'm gonna say about 50 feet at this point.
Okay, cool. Good enough.
You're gonna see her bend down to tie her shoelace quick. Calgus, go ahead and give me an Arcana check. Yes, Vina.
Can I dimension door in front of her?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Well,
I'll take someone with me who wants to come.
I was just gonna message her, and say, "I know you know. Just we need to talk."
Vina, you dimension door in front of her,
Mhm.
and you watch as she finishes casting Expeditious Retreat.
Can I
she
trip her?
goes,
Oh,
So she hasn't stood up yet. She is still like kneeling down, tying her bootlace, and she kind of looks up to you.
we just want to talk.
Her cloak head falling back, revealing her beautiful hair. And she'll just kind of like, it's not a look of panic, like I'm about to be murked. It's a look of panic, like, oh fuck, I'm in trouble. And she'll kind of stand up and she'll brush off her cloak and be like, well, if we're just gonna talk, let's walk. What do you want? Very inconvenient. I'm just gonna say, very inconvenient.
Yeah, let's walk slowly so the rest of my can catch up.
She'll kind of like pivot and see, and she clocks you, Iris, and she'll just be like,
I'm still the little possum person, by the way.
You should know better, my dear. Why are you letting them bother me?
Calgus is going to
Do you know?
pretty much waddle
her?
on up.
Personally, no, but she's a fae, and she really should know better. You are interesting. I don't know what the fuck you are. I've never seen.
That's okay. You don't need to know.
It's fine, but
I forgot you transformed.
I'm a possum person.
Go ahead and roll me a straight luck check, Vina.
Sounds good. We'll roll with this one. No, wait, hang on, since I'm a little possum person. I'll roll
While
with
she's
this
doing
one.
that, I'm gonna look at Tatiana and say, I
Yeah,
promise there's a
the
reason.
cloaked person. We don't know that this is Tatiana.
The cloaked person.
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
promise there is a reason.
Maybe Tatiana.
It's
Potentially
a
Tatiana.
19 on that luck check.
A 19's pretty good. Vina, as you made your little possum person, I'm imagining them with like a little like a vest, kind of like shirt.
Oh, absolutely. Think
no
of
pants,
yeah,
little rope belt, and like not
Winnie the
necessarily
Pooh,
not
like
necessarily
yep.
boots, but like those like Halloween like boot leggings, like kind of that
Yeah.
and bare feet. She'll
Absolutely.
she'll kind of look at you and be like, "It's a good disguise that could fool most Fae, but possum people wear leather belts, not rope. Change that. Change that.
I literally changed it immediately.
Perfect. Quite quite impressive. You'll
I
be
give
able
like
to-
a little bow, like a little like. Thank you.
an instinctive bow. That is precisely how formal and insufferable they are. Impressive.
Okay, so do I clock that this is her, right? Can I
y-
gather
you-
that?
You clock that this is somebody who is very powerful.
Okay.
Whether it's precisely Tatiana or not, none of you have asked her.
Hmm.
So,
So I'm just gonna ask, what's going on here? I haven't spent much, well, never, of all my time in the Fey realm.
Why are there devils here? There's not
Caligus,
supposed to be.
Caligus cuts to the quick.
Yes.
The uncharismatic shit that he is.
Yep.
You'll see her kind of wince and be like, "Well, the devils brought great innovation, and many entertainments that the court finds appealing."
The court finds it appealing. Do you find it appealing?
You kind of see the sack of gold on her hip.
You find it quite appealing, I see.
It's another way to take the money of the masses. And frankly speaking, yes, I do find it quite entertaining. I wish they weren't here, but they are. So better to profit than to do nothing.
Okay, this is I don't know a lot about like the area.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But like isn't this like your place? Can't you just like I don't know, kick them out?
Oh, mm, how to say this? It's my place, but it's not my place. How to say this? My name's Tea Tree. I know who you think I am, but I'm not them.
I see. You
But,
just kind of
but-
like you checked a lot of boxes.
So I'm not them, but I'm them. It's complicated.
Okay, so this is the first question. How? What
Mhm.
the fuck? Anyway, continue.
Do you want to talk to Tatiana?
Oh, are you the same person but different?
Uh,
Oh, things are coming together. Oh, I'm having the code is in my brain and now it's on the wall and I'm getting it. I'm understanding.
Do you mind
Why-
sharing? Because I
Okay,
don't.
As player, why Tatiana thinks that her crown was stolen is because she gambled it away. She's the gambler. I get it. I get it. That's why Tatiana thinks the crown was stolen by Morgana, but Morgana won it from this bitch who isn't Tatiana but is.
How do we think that would go over if we explained that?
Does
The math.
Tatiana know you exist?
Considering she created me, yes, of course.
Why did she create you? This is personal. I'm sorry. That's
Mhm.
kind of
No,
personal. I
no.
apologize.
It's fine. I am supposed to do. Me and T2, we call it a TT. We are meant to do all the things that Tatiana doesn't want to do. So we take care of the chores and we just handle the day to day kind of thing.
So what is she responsible for?
I see.
Mm.
You can say
I-
nothing. That's okay.
No, she's very busy. She's very busy constantly. She's just very thoughtful and she has a lot going on. And
Mm.
really it's a lot of she needs a little time for introspection. It's
So nothing. I understand. Yes. All right. So
Let me make this
Who-
simple.
I mean your words. Your words.
yeah, it's fine.
Who-
Yeah, it's
Who brought the devils here?
Oh,
They can't just walk in.
That's a little more complicated. Have you heard the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's your
So
shared
if
enemy?
the enemy of my enemy is my friend, then the enemy of my enemy of my enemy of my enemy of my enemy is my enemy. Therefore,
Who are you? Who are you
wh-
fighting that's causing you to be friends with devils?
we're not technically at war with anyone. Faye is not at war. That is very important.
Okay.
However,
Yes.
there have been certain rumblings in the other courts that would lead it to be necessary to lead strategic um, strikes on certain courts so they do not become too powerful. In
The
short,
unsealy.
my dear, you are as tactful as a sledgehammer, but yes, that seems like that would make sense.
Is there a specific guy who might be flaunting around his info?
Titles.
Uh, t- and you see her like eyebrow kind of twitch, and she's like, "Yes, Oberon. Oberon is he's something.
No.
Wait, who?
Oberon, of course,
The one
Oberon.
that was the ruler. Pretty sure that was the ruler of the unsealy court.
You know, is there like his right hand man or something like that? That might be doing a little bit of too much talking.
No, Oberon is yes, he's in charge, and he's just up to his shenanigans.
Are those
I want to
shenanigans
insight
being?
check this bitch.
Can
Oh,
I?
yeah, of course.
Can I go ahead and minor illusion quietly so it can't be heard elsewhere? Right, because
18.
minor illusion I can do a sound, correct?
Sure.
Is
Why
it
not?
just visual or just sound? I can't remember.
It's just visual. You have to have
Damn it.
presentation for. Can I do a insight / history check? Because this is about Ilianos, so do I get
Mhm.
advantage?
Sure. What'd you get, Mika?
18.
And what were you trying for again, real quick?
I'm trying to scope out just how much she's dancing around. Like, is this?
Iris, you try to break through this woman's poker face, and the second she sees you trying to analyze her, you just see her face go stone cold.
It's because she's a gambler.
Just no emotion at
Yeah.
all.
So,
Mhm.
I rolled. What was the roll for? What do we call my roll, Mason? Since it's about Ilianos.
History. Yeah, history check.
So it was at advantage, right?
Yep.
Because it's about Ilianos. So I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20, so that's a 24 total.
Very nice. So Ilianos is clearly not Fey, but he somehow became a member of the Unsealy Court. Morgan has told you she hasn't seen her son in quite some time. Okay. But you have other information indicating that Ilianos might be actively working in the Unsealy Court.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, it seems like the Fae are very powerful and very immortal. It would really shake things up if a ruler of the Fae got killed. Like, that would be fucking wild. Also, it
Mhm.
would indicate that rulers of the Fae can be killed. So, a ruler of the Fae, or even a proxy ruler of the Fae, would have incredible interest in not letting a regicide slip, essentially.
Did Ilianos kill?
I fucking called that shit.
So it might really piss you off that a non-phase is leading another court.
That's conjecture and
Conjecture,
really
huh?
unsubstantiated in any way.
Oh, I think it's substantiated, and I think you know it is.
Calgus, roll me an intimidation check.
Can I assist him in this as my little possum self?
Sure, you can roll advantage with your intimidation check as the little possum hisses and becomes scary.
I'm not so cute anymore.
I have a -2 to this roll,
Mm-hmm.
So I have a +8 to intimidation.
and I rolled a 17.
17. With a 17 for a moment, Calgus, you watch as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 casting some magic missile suddenly start swirling around Tea Tree. 4 bolts each, just moving in
Listen,
conjecture.
I'm gonna look at her.
And
we
you just
don't
kind of
like
see
them
her
either.
and call her bluff and just be like, the fuck you gonna do?
Is she gonna do it? I dare you.
She'll let the spell fade and just be like,
I was gonna cast shield and block it all, so.
you are annoying.
I
Thank
would
you.
have pulled the father card otherwise.
I take pride in that. Thank you.
What do you want?
Go
Just
ahead.
think that I don't like him very much. If
Okay.
I'm being blunt. I know here in the Fae you're all about being tactful with the way you use your words here. So
Correct.
I will use my words very carefully here.
Seems doubtful, but I'm listening.
I want him dead. And I'm very, very meaningful when I say that.
Master Kobold? What was your name?
Wouldn't you like to know? But it's Calgus. Thank you very much.
Oh, Calgus. You are not good with your words.
No, I know that.
Okay.
I'm aware.
But you want the person who definitely does not exist in.
Correct.
I'm interested
Mm,
in that. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
correct. Great.
How do I factor into that?
You just hold a position of power. And honestly, I'm gonna speak for the rest of us. We don't got a lot of friends
Okay.
in positions of power. And I just felt that we might have a common goal. Or common problem, not necessarily common goal.
I think that's accurate. So, what do you need to accomplish this common goal?
Eris, what do we need? I don't know what she has. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just kind of talking off my ass here.
Essentially, what do you guys need to know from Tatiana?
Raven, what can she give us?
Well, we need to know what he
Location.
has, what he can do, how much control he has over the Unseelie Court. Has he killed the head of the Unseelie Court and become the head of the Unseelie Court? If so, that's a lot of titles and a lot of problems. So there's a list. There's a list.
And
There's a
then
list.
what she can give to help us if there's anything of use.
Tea Tree will sigh and just be like, "Come with me," and you just see her walk towards the closest house and kick down the door.
Oh,
Door falls off hinges type of kick. And
We're to
you,
the north, right?
yep, not your
Okay.
house.
Okay.
You see her look
Okay.
at a little family of frogmen eating dinner and just kind of like talking, and
I love them.
in a voice that seems to like crack with thunder and like slip with honey and milk. You hear her go, "Get out now!"
Oh.
And every single person in the house, including a couple children upstairs, stand up straight and march out the front door.
I'm very sorry. I didn't realize. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, they won't remember it in a couple of hours. It's fine.
Okay. I don't know
She'll
if that
sit.
fully makes me feel better, but okay.
She'll sit down at the table, and you watch her as she kicks her feet up on the table and just starts eating the meal that they had prepped. So, what do you want?
Well, I guess number one is we need to know how much control our friend who definitely does not exist
Mm,
has.
we can speak plainly in here. It's fine. I've already set up barriers.
Oh, okay. How much does Ilianos have?
He controls the Unseelie Court.
The entirety of it.
Yes, Oberon is dead. I don't know how, but he's dead.
So the leaders can die. Okay.
Correct.
It's just another title to get passed down, I suppose.
It's not simple to kill us, but it's possible.
I'm gonna assume that if I ask you how to kill one of you, you're not gonna tell me because that would probably be bad for you if I knew that information.
So killing me is pretty simple. Killing T2, TT is pretty simple. T1 is a different matter entirely.
Okay, you're separate souls then?
No, well, no. Think of T1 as the original, and me and TT are just we're errand girls.
I don't think that helps me, but sure, we'll go with that. So okay. I think I'm gonna make a list here real quick of the titles that we know he has.
Okay.
So he's Oberon. He is Apollo. He is Justice. Do we have any other titles that we know he has?
Child of the God of the Forge.
Oh yeah, Child of the God of the Forge. That means anything.
Child of the Crucible, technically, but yeah.
Child of the Crucible. He was collecting magic stone. Remember that? The reason why I became not his friend. Why is he collecting that stone? What's to make a weapon? Okay. Well, he has. I feel like everything he has been a piece that he needed to get Oberon's title. But how do they fit together?
You'll just see T3 kind of like look and be like, no idea. Seems like he's been amassing a massive amount of magical power, though. And if he has magic stone, simply by being in Fey, stone like that will accumulate magic power. It need not be infused with it, its merely presence here will infuse itself. Maybe he's planning some sort of ritual or spell, or maybe he used it all to seize power from Oberon. Oberon was incredibly strong. Like, this isn't something that just happens.
Hey, Mason.
Mhm.
Could I do... What kind of check? Like, Tinkerer's or Smith check? Because I have a theory. He's the Child of the Forge. He has Excalibur. And he collected a lot of magical stone that he then in turn soaked magical energy into. Does anyone else pick up what I'm putting down? Could he have reforged Excalibur in a way to kill Oberon?
Go ahead and roll me a Tinker's check.
19 plus 4 plus 3, so 26.
Calgus, you beautiful bastard. As you kind of consider it, a weapon of justice in the hand of somebody who's unjust is useless. However, magic stone, while it might be soaked for magical energy and used to make weapons or rituals, could also be used to fuel a flame so hot it could burn and form any enchantment. A child of the Crucible, trained by a god of the Forge, is incredibly potent and able to quite presumably remake a weapon. And what better weapon to kill a god? It seems highly likely Excalibur has been reforged.
He literally has the God Killer.
And he's your sworn enemy.
You have a bullet.
It's gonna work anymore. That's the scary thing.
Calgus is gonna kind of sit on that realization, like.
And
So
I
you know,
think
you're not
that's-
talking.
Mhm.
You know how she had like a poker face.
Mhm.
Calgus, you see you see everything that's happening. You see the gears turning. Like he's like, well, he has the magical stone. He has and then like making the list, and then like you see it click, and then you watch him go through the stages of grief.
And I think Calcus going through the stages of grief is going to have to be where we end tonight's session.
Okay, I was just gonna ask her if there's any information or any items that she could give us that could be of any assistance. After all, the enemy, not that we're enemies, we have a common enemy.
T3 will kind of wave her hand and be like, yes, yeah, we do have a common enemy. So I don't have any magical items. That's not really my thing, as I don't hang on to things.
Okay, the person that you are but aren't.
Mm-hmm. Tatiana?
Yeah.
If she can't know this conversation happened, she will lose her mind. Like, as much as I am her, and as much as she is me, sometimes the other us don't need to know what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to know everything to be a part of someone's life, right? Like, secrets make it interesting. It makes it spicy.
Is there any way that you could, any connections you have that could get us? Anything.
Well, like items. You're looking for items or magic or
magic items, anything to give us power.
Shit. I can put a couple things on your radar. I have this friend. I haven't talked to her in a long time, and I think she thinks I'm mad at her. I'm not mad at her. T1 is mad at her. And it's a real big misunderstanding. It's not really anybody's fault. But you could talk to her. She's great. Love her. There is the grand prize.
I'm assuming she's talking about
Morgan.
Oh yeah, she's 100% talking about Morgan.
Okay.
There's the grand prize of the blood games. That's pretty good. You could enter into those and potentially win those, and I think it's like what is it? It's a couple of things. It's like a scroll of power would kill. It's a little red rock thing. It's really not. It's called like the. It's really not really special. The stone of philosopher, something like that. Bullshit. And then a holy avenger, I think it was.
We don't have. We give that to Artie. Oh my god.
That's an option. Otherwise, really, T1 doesn't keep a lot of weapons. We could offer you protection as far as being in the Summer Court. That's an option. We could offer you passage to the Unseelie. Or we could offer you passage out of the Fey realms. That's also an option. So, yeah. But my only thing is, T1 doesn't get to know any of this. None of this happened. T1 doesn't get to know any of this. Right? Because we're friends? We're friends, right?
Snitches do get stitches.
Exactly. You don't know where to find her, but if you did find her, which you won't, but if you did, like, you don't need to tell her. I don't know Morgan. That's very clear. We're not friends. I've never talked to her. That bitch is awesome. I love her. But I've
never lost a bet.
Now
cards.
you can't prove that. She is 100% picking up what you're putting down. Yes, it seems like Tea Tree is the one who lost the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Yes, Iris. Mhm.
One last thing before session ends.
Yep.
I want to ask her if my father fought in a very famous fight. Is there anything of his that was found or left behind?
Who are you again?
Iris Aethra.
Okay. And once again, she's like kind of eating with her hands as she's talking to all of you. And she's like eating stew. And she'll just be like, I don't know who you are. Like, are you are you noble court, or you just kind of seem like a person? So I don't
I'm
mean to be
mid-class.
rude, but what battle was your father a part of?
Mason, check DM.
Check DM. Oh yeah, Crimson Canyon.
Crimson
It,
Canyon. Thank you.
it was a terrible ambush by the members of the Unseelie Court before a very tentative alliance was made, where the Unseelie Court was marching through the bottom of a canyon. The Unseelie ambushed them from the top, arrows, spells. Really, it was a fucking massacre. But a select few fairies, your father included, were able to raise a shield wall in a very small amount of time and prevent the entire company from being decimated and leaving most of the southern fairy unprotected. So your father might have died, but he was part of a group of people who made it so the Seelie didn't straight lose to the Unseelie in that fight.
Yeah. Crimson Canyon. Cedric Aethra.
She'll kind of shrug and be like, you could go to the mausoleum. They collected items of family members who passed and haven't been collected yet. You could talk to the armorers who run it. I know there's still several items left unaccounted for. Whether it's personal or magical, I don't really know, but that's an option.
Thank you for the information.
Sure. I mean, sorry your dad died. That sucks.
This insensitive bitch. Damn.
She talked about me not having any tact.
Yeah, no, it seems like Tea Tree has zero tack at all. Like,
Twinning.
All right, and that is where we're gonna end session for tonight. Thank you everybody for coming. I'm kind of surprised y'all didn't just fight the gambler, but here we are. So
We're not that dumb.
I think throwing hands immediately, seeing him, is not a great idea.
maybe not. But you've got some information about how to fight Oberon. You've got some information about potentially, or rather, who is now Oberon. You have some information about potentially getting back to the Great Dungeon. You have some information about Vernus and the Fiends and the Devils.
Who knows what happens with her airship? What's going on there?
Every time I keep hearing more about Ilianos, I keep pushing back what level we need to be in my head.
I mean, yeah.
Because I felt
it's now like level 35.
At level 8, I'm like, we could probably take him with a few casualties, and then I found he's Oberon, and I'm like, never mind.
Brandon, the DC was so high on that check, and then you were like, you called it like word for word, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, like I'm gonna make you roll, but it's not a high DC anymore.
Yeah, you've seen Transformers 2 when he has like the alien code in his head. That's what happened to me. It just happened. I Sherlock's Holmes that bitch.
It was impressive.
And it literally was me just stating the things that had happened. And I'm like, wait a second.
I'm not saying I didn't give you guys the tools to make the conclusion. I'm just saying I'm surprised it happened.
I'm gonna fade out stream, by the way,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
so I won't be able to hear you.
I gave the party the tools to solve this puzzle. This puzzle's meant for first graders, but I gave them the tools.